right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I notice in the monitor here, my face is looking very red. I am tired. I am hot. I just came back from a 10K run, and
My
I'm
man,
tired.
Peter? Are you training for something? What's going on here?
Yeah,
This is just like you
I got a
keeping up with your
marathon.
health.
I got
Nice.
a marathon coming up in May.
That is a
Mike and I,
beautiful thing, man. Oh,
Mike
you and
and
Mike
I
are doing
from
it
the room.
together?
We're doing it together. We're running a marathon in Biarritz, France.
That
So
is, man,
you don't
that
know
is
that
awesome.
we
I did
Mi-
not know
Mike
that.
call, Mike called me one day and said, "Let's run a marathon." I'm like, "I don't want to run a stupid marathon." And he said, "No, come on, let's do it." I said, "Fine. I want to run one marathon in my life, and if I'm going to do it, let's make it somewhere interesting." And Mike said, "Fine. I just want to run near a beach, and I don't want to have to do a lot of elevation." So I said, "Fine. If you could find a place that meets both our requirements, then I'm in." And he found Biarritz, France, which is on the southern coast of France, just north of Spain, the Spanish border. And people say they can't hear me, Carlos. What's going on?
I hear you loud and
There's
clear.
no sound in the room.
Let's see.
I'm hearing there's no sound.
No sound in the
I don't
room.
see
Let's
the
double
I don't see the
check.
little bars moving.
Okay, how about YouTube? You guys, YouTube okay? Good morning on YouTube. Let's check here. Let's see why you guys are not getting sound. Just checking a few things on here, and then we'll look at some data. Some data is coming out this morning, so we'll look at that shortly. All right, let's see sound in the room. I'm just checking a few things here, friends.
Whoa. Okay. Got some movement in the markets here. Big jump.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Everything looks good on my end, guys. I don't see why you guys are not getting sound, but I see the bars are not moving.
Yeah,
So
the bars
that's
aren't
not
moving.
good.
Maybe if you stop it and start it again, maybe it'll kick in.
Yeah. Let me do that. Let's reset here. 1 second. We'll shut the room down. We'll come back in. Yeah. So over on YouTube, just bear with us as we reset the room here and see why the sound is not coming across. So 1 second. All right. So that's resetting. In the meantime, Peter, I see the SPYs moving higher. So that looks nice.
Yeah, we got a big jump this morning, so we do have some economic data. Why don't we start talking about that, guys? Because we just had the PPI, this is the Producer Price Index information come out. And basically, it was all lower than expected. So usually when the economy doesn't do well, I guess this is a good thing. It means lower inflation. Prices have not increased as much on the Producer Price Index. So the markets have gone up anyways. Usually there's an inverse reaction. So lower numbers usually means jump on the markets. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Not a huge difference, but significant. The month-over-month number was expected to be a growth of 0.3%, came in dead flat, 0%. And that means that the year-over-year, which was expected to be 3.8% increase, came in at 3.5. You got to take that 0.3 off. So that's your core number. Then they have a non-core number, roughly the same, 0.2 difference on the non-core number. So as you can see, we got an immediate reaction from the markets. Now we're sort of just hanging out in this new area that we've popped up to. So that's good overall. Earlier this morning, we did have the NFIB Small Business Optimism, which actually was a positive number as well. A lot more optimism out there when they surveyed small businesses for the month of December. And that had a 4-point increase over analyst expectations. So we'll see over the next few minutes if the markets can hold this immediate jump that it got based on that PPI number. It looks like we're heading back down a little bit. We'll see. We might only cover half of that. There's still no sound in the room, Carlos, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I'm checking that. It's weird. It worked perfectly yesterday. I can't tell why it's not working now. So apologies for that, friends. We'll try to figure out what's going on here as we check the system. But yeah, man, everything looks good on my end. I hope I don't have to restart the computer to get this working, as that will take way too much time. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try a couple of things before we go that route, because that'll be the last resort if we have to restart here. So 1 second as we check here. How we can
Carlos was working on that. See if I can Keep the show going. We had some interesting stuff here on the gappers. I'm looking forward to talking about a couple of trends I see on the gappers here this morning. So we'll have a few things to talk about, including crypto. I want to get into that a little bit. So we'll talk about what I see moving here on crypto, because it is sort of an interesting story. A few changes on the crypto scene this morning. That, again, are they long term? Probably not. They're just entertaining to discuss. So discuss them we shall. But as I said, that will be just a little bit later here as we get to it. I also noticed that we've got a bunch of changes happening, or at least a bunch of familiar names up on this gappers list this morning, with a lot of our quantum stocks sitting on that list. I saw some EV stocks on there. I also saw our good buddy, it's SoundHound has jumped up on there. Not quantum, I guess. SoundHound is more AI, but we'll talk about that when we get there as well. So just giving Carlos a little bit of time to get things set up. Once he does that, hopefully we can bring in all of our friends in the Variables chat room.
Yeah, friends, I can't figure out why the sound's not coming through. It was working yesterday perfectly, and I can't figure out today why we can't get it over on our chat room. So we made a lot of changes. I was not getting access to be able to share with you guys the screen. So we fixed the screen, but then we pulled the plug somewhere else. So sorry about that. Let's see here. All right, Peter, I'm going to keep working on this, but let's go through some of the stuff in the gappers list. We can work through and do both at the same time. Let's take a look at the first one on here. If we take a quick look at our gappers list, a lot of stuff in the green this morning. Again, markets is settling down based on the news it just received, and this is going to be big data for us here as the market kind of digests whether this thing is going to get a bounce back. The last inflation data was not great as far as the markets. We had a nice drop. And let's see how this PPI data is reflected upon the markets today. We see the action already this morning. First one on deck, Peter, we'll start looking at this one. So we worked through the sound. It's going to be HEES. So HE, ooh, that is one ugly ticker. That is one ugly ticker. Peter, that does not look good. Looks like a buyout, right? Doesn't have huge volume. But what's the latest and greatest on this one?
Yeah, so I've seen this on the list once or twice before, but now I'm thinking about it. Maybe it's HEES, HESS, that I'm thinking about. That's not this. This is called H&E. What is it called? It's Equipment Services. It's a rental and leasing company, and yes, it is pretty much a buyout. A $4.8 billion deal here to buy out. I don't know this company. I mean, maybe I'm not renting heavy equipment often enough, but United Rentals, URI is their ticker, has announced that they've entered into a definitive agreement to buy H&E Equipment Services for $4.8 billion, which includes about $1.4 billion in debt that they're going to assume. So they're taking a loan out to buy this. Basically, they're going to be paying $92 a share for this cash. I mean, it's cash from the acquiree's point of view, so yeah, look at the price, right? Like we say, always goes up and sits right below the acquisition price. No difference here. Not tradable.
All right, so not tradable on this one. I don't like it either, guys. Looks ugly. So we'll move down to the next one, which is APLD. I gotta say, the first couple of names that we haven't heard of before. APLD also up quite a bit here, 23% this morning, 15 million shares traded. Lower price stock. Not a low float though, 158 million shares flow at the moment, so pretty high float there. But Peter, again, stocks are the $10. This one went from $8 to about $10.80 this morning, back down to $9. Not a huge fan of it. These lower price stocks. Checking out the daily. Daily looks like it has had some action in the past. Not sure about it. Not sure. Again, typically I don't like these stocks, but what's driving these guys this morning? Obviously in play with tons of volume.
Yeah, essentially it's a buyout. They're calling it a partnership. It's a partnership with Macquarie Asset Management that they're going to drive high performance computing. Is that still a thing? I mean, high performance computing was a thing like 15 years ago. I guess it's still a thing. Anyways, $5 billion they're planning to spend on it collectively, but they've got a big agreement with, again, Macquarie Asset Management to do that, which is why we're seeing it jump I don't know, Carlos. We have seen this before. It has been on our list occasionally in the past. Usually, it's like earnings news. Why we've seen it. I don't know. Like it has a chance. I struggle to believe this is big enough news to keep it moving all day. But we do have 15 million shares traded, and the pre-market action doesn't look that bad. So yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it. Maybe we'll throw it on a secondary, and I'll bump it off the second I find more interesting things.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah, I like that in the secondary. I do like the volume on it. Again, I'm concerned with how it has traded in the past, but today that news sounds great. Might be a good one. On the secondary list for now, APLD. All right, 15 million shares traded. So again, that's tons of volume. Next one on here, I probably never heard of. VRME. Excuse me, VRME. What is this?
Sorry, we get new people joining in the room, and
yeah, we're working on the sound, and I know they cannot hear that, but Peter will type that out for you guys there. But yeah, VRME this morning looks messy, guys. Around $5, moving all over the place. I personally don't like stocks that trade like that, so I'm probably gonna stay away from this one. And we'll see if there's anything interesting that's driving it this morning, as we're getting good volume. 9 million shares traded. The float on this one is again another one that's oh, actually no, this is a low float. 8.1 million shares flow, so on the lower side. Yeah, it's just not interesting for me. Peter, any thoughts?
This is a company called VRME, and I don't quite understand what their business is. Here's the description of their business. It provides brand owners time and temperature sensitive logistics, authentication, anti-counterfeiting, and brand enhancement services. Time and temperature sensitive. I don't know what that means. Anyways, weird. Okay, but that's their business. Basically, this is a secondary offering. Surprised to see it jumping up. Normally, secondaries move down, but they basically said that they have entered into agreement to allow the exercise of 1,461,896 shares of the company's stock in outstanding warrants. And they have an exercise price of $3.21. So interesting. So I guess it's a cash infusion for them, because they issued these warrants. Basically, these people could now exercise them to get shares, and they see an immediate benefit. So, normally you'd see a little bit of selling, right? Because if they get to basically exercise them at $3.20 and the stock price is currently sitting at $5, they get a $2 bump immediately. So good little payday for whoever's there. Anyways, they have also announced, by the way, that they're issuing a whole new set of warrants if people wanted to buy them. So instead of like getting stock, they can just get new warrants, which would be issued at $4. So anyways, it's a financial transaction with the company that allows them to capitalize on and lock in some proceeds. I'm not tradable. I don't know. Yeah, we probably already talked too long about it.
Yeah, not good. Another one that we like here, guys, going to be XPEV this morning. So if we take a look at XPEV, it looks very weird. Just pretty much flat, gapped up. 9% has moved sideways the entire time in this pre-market. So again, not looking great. I don't really like it here at all. Again, this ticker can trade great, Peter. We have seen it do good stuff in the past, but today, I'm not sure. Not sure what's going on with it this morning.
Yeah,
just one quick look here, Peter. As far as sound, looks like the only way to get it to the chat room, I'll have to restart this machine. So this machine is requiring a restart. That's going to cut the feed. So, but I'm thinking we do that because it's important to get sound to our chat room. So we need our members to be able to listen to us. So over on YouTube, guys, we're going to try to keep this same link. So stick around in chat. I'm going to reset this computer. Should come up as fast as possible, and then we'll get right to you guys. So apologies for the delay, but we do have to get sound to our members in chat. Peter, I'll be right back, and I'll text you when to connect.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, excellent.
We'll be right back, everybody. You back, Carlos?
I am back. I'm trying to send the link over to you as soon as possible so we don't get disconnected. Hopefully that connects. We will keep the same link. So the stream should be starting. I think I did it fast enough, man. I hope so. All All right, let's see chat room. Let's log into BBT. All right, can you guys hear us over on YouTube? I think that worked. That worked for YouTube, so good. We'll keep the same link, and let's get into the chat room and see how that's working there. All right, let's see. Yep, okay, excellent. We'll get the screens up in a moment. I just want to log into the chat room, make sure we fix the problem. Thank you guys over on YouTube. And let's come in here. We're just going to log it into our BBT chat there. Okay. All right, Peter, in the meantime, I'll get you the screen up here. I know we were talking about XPEV just a moment ago.
We were.
And here it is, logging into our chat. Hopefully this works.
Trying. We're working on it, everyone.
Yep, yep. It's coming along here. All right, let's see. Okay, can the chat hear us now? Let's see. The chat room. Perfect. Let's hope that works. All right, chat. Hopefully you guys can get sound from us now. If that did not work, then there's nothing else I can try without stopping the entire show. So, all right, let's continue here. Peter, if you can hear me, I don't have you connected yet, but if you reset, we can get rocking and rolling here. All right, friends, so we were talking about just XPEV just a moment ago, and as you can see here, XPEV, again, on our list this morning, has a very weird pre-market. Do we get our thing as well on? Let's take a look. Screens, we could do that too. We have a weird pre-market activity on XPEV. It's just pretty much flat across the board. So again, could trade interesting. I do like the gap up of 8.8 this morning, almost 900,000 shares traded. So I do like that part. Looks like I got Peter as well. I want to add it on a secondary list. Again, Peter, I'm not sure if you had a chance to look on XPEV, if there's any specific news that's driving this move today. But pre-market action is pretty interesting, as you can see here.
Yeah, I couldn't find any news specifically to XPEV. I trust you can hear me. You guys can hear me? Yeah, good.
Yeah, we can.
Well, I did. Interestingly, we've been talking about, the merger of EVs needs to start to happen. I mean, XPEV doesn't seem to have any merger announcements that I've seen, but Honda and Nissan have announced that they're merging, at least for their electric vehicle side, which is interesting. That's a big one coming, but that's not something that we trade directly. So we'll have to see. I mean, I expect these Chinese electric vehicle companies to start to merge together, because it wouldn't take much for a couple of them to merge and start to, beat Tesla in terms of volumes, if they put it together. People are commenting on my headset. So first off, if I could just take a moment. I know we're really far behind, guys.
No, we're good. We're good. Go for it.
Don't worry. I'm not having a heart attack. I'm all red because I just came back from a 10K run and it's really cold out there. It's like minus 16 degrees Celsius. So I'm like super hot coming inside the house. So I found my headphones really hot. So I was putting them on where it wasn't on the sweaty parts of my head. I do feel like, who am I? Who are the geeks out there? I realized anybody? Who am I? All right. There you go. Thank you, Peter T. There you go, Jordy. Some Star Trek fans for you there. Okay. Anyways, we'll get back to business.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I have XPEV on my secondary. We'll see where it goes from here, friends. I do like what I'm seeing at the moment as far as the gap up. The pre-market, not so much. But again, we'll see where this goes from here. All right, let's take a look at the next on our gappers list is going to be, what do we have here? Our gappers list over in tradingterminal.com. The QUBT stuff, Peter, the quantum stuff has been moving up a bit here. So slightly, not by much. I mean, they've been getting beat up quite a bit. If you look at the daily here, they've been just getting destroyed. But again, a little bit of some positive news this morning. QUBT itself is up 8.7 right now, 1.4 million shares traded. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think all of the quantum stocks seem to be on the list this morning, and they're getting a push because we seem to have maybe conflicting views out there. So one of the other influential people in the market, the curly-haired wonder in Zuckerberg. Have you seen him recently, Carlos?
I saw him on Twitter. Yeah.
He's gone with some curls, which I don't know. He's really sort of just embraced that whole thing. Anyways, but he had a quote about quantum, which I thought was interesting. But they see it as positive, the fact that he's even talking about it. But here's the quote. I'm not really an expert on quantum computing, but my understanding is that it's still quite a ways off from being a very useful paradigm. So he was on a podcast with Joe Rogan, and he said this. So it feels like he's just parroting Jensen's words, who presumably is an expert on quantum computing. And I feel that he's just saying, I heard, people are talking about it. Well, there's only one people that we've ever heard talk about it, and that's pretty much what he said, right? That it's 15 to 30 years away. Right. So it's fascinating to me to hear Zuckerberg parrot that. It's more interesting to think that the quantum market is going up as a result of him parroting back that same word. And now all the comments about Zuckerberg copying somebody. Anyways, all right, I'll let you guys have fun with that. But anyways, hey, look, it doesn't matter. If it moves stocks, if it moves a segment, I'm all for it. So comment away. As, you know, if it gets volume into these things and they start to move again, then make it happen, baby. I'm down for the ride.
Yep, absolutely, man. I do like them this morning. I am going to add QUBT to my list on the secondary. Again, it's okay, but it'll be interesting to see how they react today as far as that positive news there. And I think QBT, the other one, QBTS, was also on this list. Might be hanging out somewhere down there. All right, RGTI. Peter, we cannot go a day without talking about this one. It's always on our list, either gapping up or down. Today, getting a little bit of relief, so it's gapping up a little bit. So RGTI this morning doing some stuff. 16 million shares traded. Yes, I know it's a lower price stock. The last couple of days, it has not been treated well, as you can see here. Do you like this one this morning? I know we had some good trading on it, but I'm not sure if that's going to continue into today. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, it goes right into the bucket we were just talking about with all of these stocks. Yeah, RGTI has been one of the better trading ones, in my opinion. So I do like it. I think that it's worth keeping an eye on, and we'll just see, we'll see if it gives us good trading today. I don't know whether it will or not, but I'm hopeful.
Yep. Same here. I'm going to put it on a secondary. Again, everything's just bouncing back up slightly. They've been so beat up over the last couple of days. QUBT, RGTI. I mean, we'll see where they go. All right, this list is massive, Peter. I'm going to stop here, but I do want to talk about Bitcoin. There's a lot of tickers on here. MARA, COSK, MSTR, all on deck this morning. So Bitcoin doing a little bit better. Let's go and take a look at MSTR and see how that's looking this morning. Again, slight gap up, 3.7, 973,000 shares traded. I do like the way the daily's looking here. I like this one. I like keeping this one or coin on my list, and I think I will today as well. Coin, not so much volume, only 283,000, but MSTR does look interesting to have on deck this morning. Do you like any of these? I know you're not a big trader of these tickers, but is anyone catching your attention this morning?
It's all right. I hope you can still hear me. My computer did the freeze thing as soon as I don't know why it's these days, man. It's really driving me nuts. Every time I put a screen into like full screen mode.
You know what it is. Mr. Wang wants you to upgrade. He has a new video card. He wants you to upgrade. I
guess
spend that money.
I do have two. I'm running two of his older cards, I guess, in this machine.
He's not happy about that.
Yeah. All right. Time to change that. Okay, well, there's nothing I could do here, but wait. Do I like them? Yes. I've been watching crypto all morning, and in fact, I was looking. The reason why my computer's frozen up here is because I was looking to share a screen with all of you guys on crypto because I don't know how they rank this, but I go to the place where they rank the top trending crypto. Here is I'm back finally. Here, let me share my screen. The top trending crypto, and Bitcoin has always been number one. And for today is the very first day where Bitcoin is not number one. Buzz is number one on the list in trending coins. I don't know what that means, but there you go. You notice I've blanked out number 4. So Bitcoin, by the way, has gone up in price. It's at $95,000. Remember yesterday when we were talking about it, it was down at 92 and hit a low of about $90,000. So like I told you yesterday, nothing to worry about, right? Don't panic, everybody. This is just normal movement of Bitcoin. I think today we're just seeing a normal movement of it pulling back up a little bit, and it's it's doing fine. But number 4, can you guess what the number 4 coin is? Anybody out there? I didn't even know this coin existed. I don't. Well, I mean, I guess it's a real coin. I was going to say I don't even know if it's I guess it's a real coin. I just don't know if it's a real sanctioned coin, because the one that's number 4 anyways is a coin called, let's see if I can get rid of this, Trump. Now, it's not the Truth Social coin. That's not what this is. The number 4 trending
is it that
coin,
DJT, but it's not, huh?
it is not. This is First Crypto President coin is what it's called, and you can go to firstcryptopresident.xyz, and that's apparently what this thing is called, and it's worth 0.4 of a cent, and as you can see, it's up a staggering 1,220% so far this morning. So, okay, if you really want to be crazy, there you go. You can take a position in First Crypto President. I will say it just lost 200% as it's down. It's now 0.34 of a cent. Oh, it's only up 970% right now. So this is how volatile this thing is. Like, you could literally lose all your money in about 8 seconds on this. So anyways, there you go. There's your top 5 trending coins this morning, according to coinmarketcap.com. So whatever that's worth. So
yeah, there it is.
All right, so there you go. So anyways, but look, I've been expecting some movement in crypto. I expect some, I think we're going to have some interesting times in the market over the next couple of weeks. Like we were talking about yesterday, the U.S. presidential inauguration is happening on Monday, so a week from yesterday, and that means that I think things are going to start to move, right? We're going to see more announcements out of the White House. We're going to see more activity and events happening, and we'll see what that means. I mean, who knows what that means for the market, because it's impossible to predict what they're going to talk about, right? Will they talk about departments that they're going to cut? Will they talk about areas that they're going to invest more? Will they talk about technologies they think that should come forward? Like we've already seen, Elon makes just a sideways comment about his view on drones, right? And the fact that the military shouldn't be using aircraft and should be using not manned aircraft and should be using drones. And then we had this massive jump in the whole drone industry. So, you just don't know. Like, we could get anything can happen. So, I'm sort of as a day trader rubbing my hands in glee a little bit, I'll admit, because, I think we could get some interesting times. Isn't that an old Chinese proverb or curse? May you live in interesting times. But anyways, from a trading perspective, as long as you're cautious, there probably will be opportunity we can take advantage of. I don't know how it's going to be for long-term portfolios, but from a trading perspective, it should be interesting.
Yeah, fully agree, man. I do like MSTR. I'm going to put it on a secondary here. Again, actually, no, I'm put on the main. I put on the main today, MSTR, the first one on deck this morning. Again, we'll find better stuff to look at, but I do like this one. I think it has some potentials. And then you have CoinMara. Again, they got less volume than MSTR. The idea with MSTR is that you got to be careful as how many shares you take. Speaking of Elon, we do have Tesla on the gap up list, and then there's not much gapping down, but Elon is on here on Tesla this morning. They're up 4.1 million shares traded at the moment, as you can see here. This is looking pretty nice, man. A good day yesterday, looking to continue on that strength today.
Yeah, I mean Tesla, the EV car companies I'm seeing on here. Rivian's on our list. We talked about XPEV a minute ago. Tesla's on the list. I think there's a little bit of more talk about EVs, partly because of the Chinese merger between Honda and Nissan that's been announced. Partly because there's an expectation that Elon's going to be able to leverage his proximity to power, right, as he cozies up with Trump, to promote opportunities for Tesla. Now, whether he does or not, and how that manifests itself, who knows? But Tesla's actually been relatively quiet. I've been surprised at how quiet it's been as a stock over the last little while. I mean, still good trading, still active opportunities, but relatively quiet. Yesterday was a good day, though. If you look at the stock, it went up. It closed at a high, closing just it pushed over 400 as we headed towards the close, and I think it closed officially yesterday at a high of what it was the official close at 403.79. So yeah, good move yesterday. Absolutely on my list for today.
Sorry, I was on mute. I do like Tesla. We'll be adding them here this morning on my main list as well. So just two so far. I'm going to stop here. Peter, as far as the gap up, is there anything else you like this morning on the gap up?
Well, feel like a broken record. I keep mentioning the semis, but yeah, the semis. Yesterday, not a great trading day, I'll admit, for NVIDIA or for AMD. Like, I just found them very choppy, difficult to trade. In fact, I avoided them altogether yesterday. I actually only had one trade on the day, and it was on mRNA. But that being said, if you look at how they closed the day, sort of at the closing bell, these things shot up, and they've been holding those gains overnight. So I'm hoping that's signaling that we've got a good move that's in store. AMD actually had a better afternoon than did NVIDIA, and maybe we're going to move higher today. Again, I'm not going to bet on it until I see it, but if I see it, then I'll be ready. So I'll be watching my two friends in NVIDIA and AMD. And then, as I've mentioned a few times, Apple also had a good afternoon yesterday. Terrible trading in the morning. Good move in the afternoon, closing at the high of day, and we'll see. We'll see what it does today, but there might be some opportunity for Apple to move, in my opinion.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, I like Apple. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if I should mention this in the gap up or gap down. It's a gap. It's gapping down this morning, but DJT. I'll just mention this. Maybe it bridges the gap, Carlos, because it's on the top of our gap down list I see right now.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
But yesterday, man, it had a run yesterday. Like I admit, I wasn't watching it. Our chat room called it out. So thank you to all the members who were watching it and was calling it out. I know that a number of people were watching it, including John, one of our moderators. And I mean, look at it. I mean, it was just up and up pretty much all day. It had a little bit of a pullback around noon, closed pretty much right at the highs for around $43. And yeah, sorry, it's gapping down about 7% or $3 this morning, but that's off of a big move yesterday. So yeah, maybe it's back in play. I've actually, like I said earlier, been surprised at how little it's moved. You'd think, again, with the inauguration coming up, this is Trump's company. I mean, he's taken all the shares and put them into a blind trust, by the way. So he's not allowed by law to directly manage the assets of any large companies that he owns. So he has to put them into a trust managed by a third party, which is usually one of his children. I don't actually know. I haven't heard who's managing his trust this time around, but I'm sure somebody is, and he's not paying attention to it. He's not giving any directions behind the scene, I'm sure, because that's what the law dictates. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyways, so yeah, but it feels like it's something that would be a little more in play, anyways, one or the other. So, yeah, DJT, it was certainly in play yesterday. We'll see what it does today.
Yep, absolutely. All right, friends, that kind of covers our gap down. Only one more, which is Snap. So Snap is in our gap down. I'm going to put it on here, SNAP. So Snap this morning gapping down slightly, 1.7, 867,000 shares. So not a whole lot, but it is gapping down this morning. And again, I typically don't like the stock, Peter. I find it very choppy to trade. I usually end up avoiding it. It is on here today, but again, I'm not a big fan of this one, man. Even when it has great volume, even when it has news, it still doesn't trade well. So, um, what's going
There
on is,
seems to be a
yeah,
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of hate on for Snap, at least in the financial market recently. I don't know why particularly, other than everybody's like, if you think Snap's going to win because of TikTok's ban, think again, buddy. Like it just seems to
I
be
agree
that's the
with that.
flavor of almost that's every article I've seen. They're like, yeah, Snap is not going to be a winner just because TikTok is being banned. So, okay, so I guess people are deciding if they had a holding in Snap, they're like, all right, fine, then I'm getting out.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
as you said, tough to trade. Tough to trade.
I agree with that, Peter, just because, again, if you look at TikTok and you look at Snap, they're not comparable at all. Like Snap is so much different than TikTok is. Like an Instagram will be more similar to what TikTok is doing. So I don't see how they're going to
True.
gain more viewers, right? So yeah, I agree with that. It's a good statement. All right, excellent. So I'm not gonna add Snap. I am gonna add Apple on here this morning. I do have Tesla on main. I have MSTR as well. So those will be on deck for me this morning. And I am going to just take it to you, Peter. Anything gapping down today? You kind of cover that, but anything else?
There's a lot of green today, so yeah, things are generally higher. A couple of notable ones that are gapping down. Fubo, we didn't really talk about them yesterday, Carlos, but last week Fubo was in the news, of course, with the merger with Hulu, I think it was, and Disney. So that got them big gap up, and you can see how they were trending higher. They're moving down a little bit this morning. I feel like the sort of news cycle on that's sort of waned off. Look at the volume; it's been trending downwards over the last few days. But anyways, I was still just watching it just in case it jumped back up into the forefront and then volume came back. But so far, yeah, no volume. 3 million shares traded so far this morning, which isn't bad. But if you look at the price action, it's very flat, and it looks like it's just a bunch of algos trading against each other. So anyways, the only other one I noticed that was gapping down that I thought I'd mention was Meta. All the other Magnificent Seven stocks are gapping up. Meta is gapping down. Maybe it's Zuckerberg's hair. Maybe it's his presence on Joe Rogan's podcast that people weren't impressed with. I don't know. But it is gapping down this morning. Not much, 0.3% on low volume. So probably doesn't mean much. But yeah, it's just an anomaly. So it was sticking out. Thought I'd mention it. That's what I got, Carlos.
All right, excellent. All right, friends, for the sake of time, let's go straight to announcements. We'll come back and do levels. I only got 3 today. We'll find more stuff to look at. MSTR, Tesla, Apple on deck. I got a couple of secondaries on here as well that got some heavy volume, but man, they don't look all that good. XPF, APLD, QUBT starting to, actually QUBT could be one that we move up, Peter. Up 10%, 1.6 million. They've been beat up quite a bit. I think this is one that we can actually move up here to the main list. So yeah, I'll put that on there. But other than that, we'll see what else we get out of this market. Again, PPI data came out. The market, as you can see here, has been moving, but not aggressive one way or the other, Peter. So pretty much somewhat in line right now, as you can see in the SPY and in the Qs. All right, let's see what's happening for this beautiful Tuesday, friends. Take you over to our community events and announcements. You can always check barebootraders.com. You click on webinars, and you're going to get this beautiful page that's going to include everything that's coming up in our community. So right up here, webinars, click on that, and scroll down to see what's happening in our community.
All right, it's Tuesday, which means we focus on strategy and trade book education. And tonight, Thor is going to be leading the education course at 8 p.m. in our webinar room. He's going to talk about how you navigate the trading landscape, specifically looking at what type of accounts are available and which one might be most suitable for your trading style and your trading objectives. So he's going to go through what a funded account looks like, what a personal account looks like, why you might want to trade with a prop firm versus trading on your own. So it should be a good session, give you some insight. And even if you're sort of comfortable with what you're doing, it'd be good to understand what the options are. So I'd encourage you to join if you're an elite member in the webinar room at 8 o'clock tonight, and Thor will share you some knowledge there. Next week, very happy to be welcoming Gary L. into the webinar room. It's his first time presenting. He's a long-term member, a very active trader who's going to talk about how you make hay while the sun shines. So that should be a good session on January 21st next week, next Tuesday at 8 p.m. So those those are our Tuesday webinars. Like Carlos mentioned, go to our website at bearbulltraders.com and you can get all the information on what's happening in our community. If you wanted to join us, we'd love to have you. You can scroll down on most pages. You'll see sort of what the fee structure looks like, the intro through to the elite annual. Pick the one that's best for you, and hopefully we can see you sometime soon. And like I mentioned yesterday, guys, we do a lot more than just have the live trading room. I mean, that's the mainstay, of course, because we're here every single day, but we're live on YouTube. For those that are listening there, give us a thumbs up and a like. We appreciate that. But also we do live events, and our live events are just such a great opportunity for people to meet in person, for you to sort of talk with other traders live. Like we're real people, guys. Like we're WYSIWYG in the old terminology. What you see is what you get, and really, it's good to sort of meet people in person, be able to talk live with Andrew, myself, Thor. Our entire team is going to be in Vancouver at the end of March for our Traders Summit, and that Traders Summit is always a great event. It always sells out. So yeah, don't delay if you're thinking about getting a ticket. And this year, we're also including a TEDx session at the beginning. We're going to talk about performance and mental resilience overall, not just about trading, but overall in life, because really you need to think about that in a broader context. Trading is so much a mental game, and you need to be mentally strong. And we'll talk about how you do that within your life. And then we'll get into trading specific activities in the latter part of that summit. But it's going to be a great event right at the end of March, the 29th to the 31st. So if you're able to join us in Vancouver, it'd be fantastic. We'd love to see you. It's at the beautiful Paradox Hotel, which is where we had it last year. And if you had a chance to go, it was a fantastic facility. The room was great. The food was great. The people were great. Like, we really, really enjoyed it, so much so that we decided to go back there again this year. So hopefully you'll be able to join us. Click on the link on our website and you can get all the information. All right. Like Carlos said, guys, just a reminder, in case you just joined a little bit late, the market had popped up this morning at 8:30. We had the producer price index, the PPI numbers that came out, and it came out saying that the producer prices were dead flat. The expectation was a 3% growth in producer pricing. In fact, it came out at 0% growth. So we're seeing that's good news. The market interpreted that as good news, and we can see that we popped up and have retained about half of the gains as we're sort of trending, I guess, about midpoint here between where we started and where we popped up to. So I think that's good news. It's pointing towards a green open, but again, let's wait and see what happens. But that was the news. So at 8:30, we had that PPI, those PPI numbers that came out. By the way, really not much other economic data for the rest of the day. We were a little distracted with the technical problems we had. So sorry about that. But we do have a couple of Fed speakers. There's one coming up in about 44 minutes from now. So at 10 a.m., that won't have a big market impact. I will mention at 3 o'clock, the federal budget balance. It was supposed to come out yesterday. Remember I talked about that? It did not. It's actually supposed to come out today now. They delayed it. And guys, what do we do? What do you normally do when a company delays the announcement of their financials? Short them. So I don't know. Can we short the federal government? Maybe you want to sell some bonds or something. I don't know. Anyways, but the federal budget balance is expected to come out somewhere around an $80 billion deficit for the month of December. It doesn't really matter, right? The number will be the number. The markets usually don't care too much, but I just thought it interesting that they delayed that by a day. All right, let's get to setting some levels. Then I'll let you know what our moderators are watching. We'll get you into live trading right after that.
All right, absolutely, friends. Let's dive right in here, guys, and we'll start with the first one on my list. Is going to be MSTR. So MSTR this morning, we are looking at some levels towards the bottom, guys. You're pretty much set highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, so don't need to really add anything. I'm only going to add the high of the pre-market, which is going to be at 345.03, and then above that we do have a great level at 361.14. And we do have 381.18 as well. So pretty good levels on MSTR. I like this one today. We got some volume on it, up 3.5. Let's hope that we can get this one moving nicely. So that is MSTR for us there. Take a look at Tesla today. Tesla this morning, also pretty nice pre-market activity, guys. Up 4.4 million shares traded. We're up 2.8 on this one. High of the pre-market at the moment, 416.79. So we'll slam one there. And then towards the bottom, we do have the low of the pre-market at 407. So 407.14 is the low of the pre-market on Tesla this morning. The high is going to be the next level above the pre-market high is 426.27. You can see that here on the daily, my friends. So 426.27. And above that, we do have that's a big level too. If you look at the daily here, you can see how much touches you have around the area. So a lot of flirting going on there. Definitely looks good. And then above this, guys, we do have 439, another area where a couple of days are opening and closing right on that price level. That's going to be nice as well. Again, a stretch, but Tesla had a great day yesterday. Let's see if that is going to continue. Another one that's not doing much, pretty much flat, but it's always fun to watch. I mean, we watch the Magnificent Seven all the time. Today I'll be watching Apple on here. I'll be watching Tesla, part of that group. Especially things they're not doing a whole lot. Tesla is, but not Apple. But I'd like to watch Apple, see where it goes. High of the pre-market, 236.42, and the low of the pre-market is going to be down at 234. Once you do that, you're pretty much surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. So I don't think you really need to add it too much this morning on Apple. We just got to wait to see if we're going to get the volume and if this PPI data is going to sway the market one way or the other. Right now, it's not really doing much. One that's doing quite a bit here is QUBT. So this is up 10% this morning. Again, if you look at the daily, this guy's been beat up quite a bit. And now, as you mentioned, Peter, our buddy Zuckerberg adding on to the madness here of he also thinks or he heard or whatever, he just doesn't think it's going to be the next best thing anytime soon, right? Everybody keeps saying anytime soon, so you got to wait to see what your time frame is. On this one here, low of the pre-market, pretty much the previous day close is. High of the pre-market, 739, and above that you do have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Love the gap up of 10%, 11 now, 1.7 million shares traded, looking pretty good when it comes to QUBT. All right. That's what we have, guys. 4 stocks on my list. I am going to be looking for more. I'm going to see what the moderators are looking at, Peter, as we run through that. We'll see what they have on deck, and we'll see what else we can add to this list.
All right, absolutely. So let me just go through our moderators list, and then we'll get you live trading. We're going to start with Sean, who's got sort of a description of what he's expecting today. So he's got his daily summary. If you're a member, you can check that out in the alert section of our page, of our chat room. Avi's going to be watching the Magnificent Seven and AMD. Thor says he's already got a good short on MNQ, and he's going to watch the market overall and wait and see what happens. Jared's going to be watching AMD, IonQ, and DJT. Andrew's going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, AMD, and DJT. Mike is watching just Tesla and AMD. Megan is going to be watching NVIDIA and Tesla. Jared says Jared's actually adding mRNA to his list. That may be yesterday's play, but who knows? Maybe it'll move again today. Pierre's going to be watching AMD, NVIDIA, and Tesla. Brian, AMD, Tesla, NVIDIA. DJT, you notice that's on a few people's lists. PLTR, and then the market overall. Myself, I'm sticking with my top 3 on AMD, Tesla, and NVIDIA, and then I'll be watching Apple, DJT as well, and APLD, just to see what it does. So there's our list for our moderators this morning. Hopefully you've got something you can trade out of that, guys. Whatever you do, trade smart. Let the market dictate what you should do. Make sure that you follow your strategies, and I want everybody to have a great day and trade smart. We're going to hand you over to our live traders. I see Andrew. He's ready to go out there and ready for live trading. So, Andrew, good morning, sir. How are you today?
Good morning. I am doing pretty good. I am in a very good mood. Not even Mr. President can ruin it.
I can try that.
Okay, it's
I
good.
can try.
Brian,
I'm going to try.
Gotta
Yes,
get the lights on there, buddy.
Right on.
Yeah.
Turn on the lights,
I just-
Roxanne.
I like it when the red light goes on.
Yeah,
There we go. All right. Now we're open for business.
You're open for
Yeah.
business.
Nice.
deal. Thanks for the
So
reminder.
the market is popping up. S&P 500 popped up. IWM popped up more than anything else. Rejected the R4. I have some TNA. I have 8,000 shares of TNA. So I don't know, should I sell or should I just wait for the open? I don't know yet. Brian, what's your thought on the market overall?
I think it's going to, I think we're going to have a decent day, actually. We got some positive numbers for PPI. I don't know that it changed the outlook on the lowering of rates much, but we'll see. Yeah, DJT has lost its mojo today. So we'll see where that goes, but possible we're a rising devil on that one. So
Brian, the room's asking for your screen.
it's already up.
Camera. People want to see Mr. Pezim.
Yeah, there you go. Today's summary.
DJT had an amazing run yesterday, and now gapping down significantly. NVIDIA, I love the NVIDIA chart and Tesla chart on a daily. So the gap up is super nice on both of them. Rigetti is again moving up like 10% up and down in pre-market. Rigetti is also super interesting. PLTR.
Wow.
PLTR is also interesting. RGTI, our Rigetti friend.
Yeah, the can't keep the qubit stocks down. No matter how much people talk them down.
Yeah. Things looks interesting.
All right.
Oh, Mr. Pezim.
Yeah, I'm just
How
not.
are you?
I was going to look at. I was maybe going to look at IO and Q. Kind of thinking about that one, but it's been in play so much, and I think it might be a rough ride. It might just be easier to stick with. It might just be easier to stick with the usuals.
Usual suspects.
DJT. Yeah, DJT is looking interesting for a sell-off.
I really like the chart and the Tesla daily chart. You can trade Tesla and with options too. Like I mean, that's what the Avi does. So
yeah,
call options.
And I usually trade Tesla options. I don't usually trade the stock.
Or you can trade also TSLL. I think 2 times leverage.
Yes, that's another one. It's a little less risky. There are, if you look at the order book, there's orders on Tesla at 420, 425, 430. It's a pretty bullish looking book right now. I suspect it's going to. I suspect it's going to break out here.
Yeah, I might actually trade TSLL because I like the volume and liquidity on it too. So we'll see. TSLL is a thing that you can actually go if you don't want to go with the options. TSLL is the 2 times leverage of Tesla. I think same as NVDL.
Yes.
NVIDIA, God help us. Now I find these
NVIDIA
leverage products may God help us.
They're not super bad. I think they're only 2 times. 3 times is
2 is good. 2 is usually pretty good.
2 gives you good upside without too, obviously risk is equal to the reward, but at least you can sort of manage your risk. They don't really move around like options do. Both Tesla and NVIDIA look pretty strong here. I think Tesla got an upgrade yesterday from Morgan Stanley. They put like an $800 price tag on it?
800 this sounds crazy, like twice.
I know. Yeah.
For when?
They don't usually say.
Optimistic target for bullish scenario 800. Oh, okay, I see that. Morgan Stanley. So their target is 430, but in the optimistic target for bullish scenario, they said 800. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to 800 today, like this Tesla, man. It's crazy.
Still fighting a cough here, guys. So it's getting better, but I got one more day of this stupid cough.
Yeah. So how's everybody in guys, how's everybody? Did you guys buy your ticket for Vancouver? Or not? I know 2 people they signed up yesterday that I know, Tanya and Chris. You guys join? Nice,
Awesome.
guys. Nice. Oh, there you go. VIP ticket. We're gonna drive the Lambo together. Awesome.
Cool. Whoa.
Al, are you coming to Vancouver? I don't think Al, we never met Flying Alaska. Nice, Eric. You gotta come. You gotta come and bring another garbage truck for us. Samid, are you coming to Vancouver? Detective Samid, are you joining us? Mad? Why, you're illegal in Arizona? Are you one of those illegal across the border? Oh, hardware kids. That's why. Ali was coming. Good.
That's funny.
Yeah, Kyle is building a spreadsheet to my profits. Samid is working on the trades that I take, but I'm not telling the chat room. He looks an eye on my trades. Nice, Eric.
All right.
Oh, it's probably Lamborghini, huh? Mike J. Oh, Mike J is here. Hey, Mike J, thanks for your card, by the way. You sent me a New Year card. I appreciate that. I just got it. Thank you so much. So, Ali, yeah, I'm looking at Tesla long. Tesla long, NVIDIA long.
The book's kind of balanced out a bit now. If you look at my screen, you can see how some orders has shown up and downside. So we'll see what happens. AMD is took a bit of a drop there, but that I don't think that really means anything in the pre-market. They tend to fool around with these.
I can't believe that AMD is selling
Here
off
we
like
go.
this. All right, guys, ding, ding, ding,
We're off.
ding. Finding my watch
and
is up.
running.
All right, let's see if it gets Tesla. Yeah, Tesla could be interesting entry near the VWAP, but we'll see. Rigetti. So I'm looking at Tesla, but I might actually take TSLL as a long or short. So is TSLL also shortable? Yeah, it is. TSLL is also shortable. Rigetti is nice, popped up very nicely.
Yeah.
Maybe volume on the
IONQ.
RGTI.
IONQ is trying, but it's really jumpy. Don't like the price action on it.
Tesla is selling off. Rigetti is very nice. Rigetti is it's a little bit extended. Otherwise, I would have jumped on the RGTI. All right, so NVIDIA, okay, Tesla is coming up very crazily. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's jumping all over the place.
Jumping all over the place. What was that, a squeeze? Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know.
But there is potential long on it. I'm going to get some long on TSLL 2860. TSLL, so it's the long of Tesla. Careful, this one is a leverage move product of Tesla. So NVIDIA looks like a short.
Wow, I don't like the way things are jumping around here. I don't know if it's my feed or just seems
No, it is
really
jumpy.
jerky. Yeah.
Seems super jumpy.
Yeah, I'm seeing my charts jump all over the place as well, Brian.
Okay.
Data issue.
I don't know.
Right, let's see if Tesla wants to go higher at TSLL. I'm long Tesla. as you know, through TSLL. Essentially looking at the Tesla chart, see what we can get.
It's just solid bars. The book map doesn't look what I would call normal.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, this one Tesla rejected that. So NVIDIA is Rigetti went to 7, huh?
Now IONQ is going up here.
We're still long on Tesla. We'll see what it's gonna do. It's a little bit super choppy crazy. NVIDIA is also fighting over the VWAP. Tesla. Sorry, NVIDIA is yay. SPY is dropping, so it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with the Tesla and NVIDIA.
Q's bouncing
Right,
back
so
a bit here.
Q's bouncing back. All right, so
DJT
Tesla,
is
TSLL. I'm adding a little bit of TSLL here, 2870. Let's see. Oh, there you go, popped up. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
I'm long DJT. I think it's going to go to 41 here.
Yeah, this one is super interesting. I'm also long NVIDIA at 135.60.
Here we go.
This Tesla TSLL super. I took a big size. This one is super also volatile. Ooh. All right, NVIDIA 135.60. Let's see if NVIDIA is making now becoming like a doji in 5 minutes. Let's see if you can actually go for the 5-minute opening range breakout. Rigetti's just keep going up.
We get 41 on DJT here. Come on.
SPY and Qs are ripping. That's good. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, I got a big jump back.
Rigetti is super nice. It doesn't give us even any pullback.
Just sold some DJT there at 84, 40.84. Just kind of worried about it.
All right, so I'm still looking at
Just giving it a
TSLL.
nice,
Let's see if we can survive this craziness. NVIDIA is coming down. I'm going to get a stop down on NVIDIA, I think soon. Not yet, but yeah, NVIDIA. I'm going to get a stop down on NVIDIA at 135, guys. Let's see if we can get TSLL. Come on, Tesla. Come on, Tesla.
I'm out of the rest of DJT flat. Made a bit of money on it, but not much.
Qs are going up. IWM is going up. Looking at see if Tesla can do a potential opening range breakup. 420, that would be nice. This is the favorite number for Elon Musk. So keep an eye on NVIDIA if it pops up again toward the VWAP. TSLL, come on, 29. All right, so TSLL looks like it's going.
Yeah, Tesla kind of looks interesting. I'm looking at AMD as well for a possible short. I'm short AMD.
Shorting AMD. Brian is shorting AMD.
Yeah, kind of there's some big orders here to the downside.
Come on, Tesla, break off high of the day. Okay, now Tesla did. Again, guys, I'm unleveraged of Tesla TSLL. Big
Okay, here we
size.
go. Oh, nice. Here we go.
Nice.
Just
About 29.10. I'm partialing TSLL, guys. I have a very big size on
cover some.
TSLL.
Gonna cover some here at 68, 117.68. No, Qs are breaking out. SPY's breaking out.
Yeah, beauty, guys, beauty. Wow, SPY. These are very nice. So I'm partialing now more on Tesla. Rigetti is great. Look at this. Rigetti is amazing. RGTI. Did anyone took RGTI? I wish I was in RGTI. They didn't give us any pullback. All right, so TSLL keep going up. Again, this is a 2 times leverage of Tesla. I already took a big size on it, and it's moving crazy. So this is super nice. TSLL.
Nice.
NVDA has the potential for a long too. TSLL is great, guys. Anyone Tesla long? Anyone Tesla bulls? I'm long NVDA again at the VWAP. NVIDIA is popping up. So I'm long NVIDIA for the third time. All right, Tesla is amazing, 29.25. Oh, beauty, look at that, 420, Elon Musk favorite number. All right, long NVIDIA, guys.
420, yep.
Partially some at 136. Very nice. Now NVIDIA is becoming like a 5-minute engulfing. Perfect.
Yeah,
TSLL
Tesla.
getting out more, guys.
Out of the rest of AMD,
Now,
and I'm long. Yeah, I'm long Tesla with you. A little late, but
man, it's crazy. Oh man, I found the next weapons of mass destruction. Oof. Look at that. Why are we not trading TSLL? I don't understand. Like, why not everybody's trading TSLL right now in the world? Wow, it's great, guys. It's great, great. TSLL. Again, guys, TSLL is 2 times leverage for the daily of Tesla. Wow, beautiful.
yeah,
Big,
it's
big,
going.
big 420.
It's at
Holy
R3.
moly. Holy. Yeah, so Tesla blew over 420. I'm still long Tesla, NVIDIA guys as well, 135.58. We can trade NVDL too. NVDL is 2 times leverage. That means
Yeah.
that intraday, whatever the Tesla moves, that holy moly, look at that. Wow. Amazing trade, guys. Amazing trade on Tesla. Great patience, everybody.
Awesome.
Wow. Awesome, awesome.
Yes, sir. Our right to R3, we're rejecting there right now.
Yeah, daily chart on Tesla looks pretty nice. So it's very clean all the way, maybe to next level 426.62. NVIDIA is really struggling. So my average on NVIDIA is 135.58. I want to see if I actually get a stopped out or not. It was a little bit disappointing trading NVIDIA this morning. Tesla. The Rigetti RGTI is also to the moon. It's up 20%.
Yeah, Rigetti's crazy.
Yeah, definitely somebody's buying.
Like DJT finally took off there through 41.
Tesla. Nice, Megan. Nice trading, Tesla. Let's see, NVIDIA looks like it wants to go down again on the wrong direction. Tesla 420 pullback is nice. Let's see if there's another We'll move on then as well. Nick, what did you trade? Rigetti up. Beautiful trade on Rigetti. Yeah, guys. Rigetti was super nice. Rigetti was very, very, very nice.
Oh, what is that we're getting? God, none of the DGens are listening to Jensen Wong.
All right, here we go. NVIDIA is going to go up. I'm adding a little bit more NVIDIA at 136. Even ARC is hitting the scanner. Even ARC.
Our buddy Kathy, even ARC.
Guys, trader number 234 and 229 for the payout. We are sending you the payout today. Mike just emailed me. Congratulations for the 3 months profit in the funded account, 229 and 234. Right, so NVIDIA is coming down. Okay, NVIDIA is dropping. Oh shit, no, NVIDIA, no. Don't do it, please. Shit, NVIDIA is dropping really bad.
NVIDIA is just choppy.
Yeah, I gotta stop that on NVIDIA. It actually gave some of the profit back, so NVIDIA was very difficult to trade. I'm all out of NVIDIA, guys. Tesla, I'm still in there. Potentially, I might actually add here.
Rigetti looks like it's, yeah, it looks like it.
So I'm going to add some TSLL here, 29.33. My new average is 29. So let's see if I survive this pullback. Garbage today. Tesla is amazing. TSLL, let's see if it can survive this pullback or not. SPY wants to go 585. Pretty good situation. IWM or TNA. Brian, what should we sell the TNA? Should we wait until the end of the day or see what can happen tomorrow?
Let's see what it's doing. Well, as long as we're in an uptrend, we seem to be trying to move up here.
So NVDA, TSLL. So I want to see what's going to happen with Tesla. And again, guys, TSLL by itself doesn't have any level or anything. It's because it's a leverage product. So, I mean, if you look at the daily chart of TSLL and raw support resistance, doesn't mean anything. It's like buying shoes for your shadow. I have to look at the main price action, which is Tesla. Looks like Tesla is pulling back. Yeah. Let's see. Looks like Tesla is pulling back. I might get a stopped out at break even, which is 29 on TSLL.
See what it does. NVIDIA's dry. You're right. NVIDIA's rolled over here.
Stopped out on NVIDIA, so it's very disappointing. My feelings are hurt with NVIDIA today.
You can trade NVIDIA to the short side if you want. NVIDIA.
I tried to at the open go short on it. I mean, I did try to short it at the open. Only Sahmid and I know that. But
you can do in NVDS, I think it is.
I think NVDS, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Tesla is a lost battle, unfortunately. All right, yeah, I'm getting out of TSLL, guys. Yeah, I'm all out of TSLL. It might bounce back, but again, my average is not great. So market is also rolling over a little bit.
Yeah, it rejected it, R3. Hmm.
I sold half of my TNA at 40.80. I'll just keep half. Let's see what is going to happen with the market.
Yeah, see what happens right here. This is a low of pre-market and a low of today on the SPY and the Qs. See what happens here.
A good day. Very, very nice day on TSLL. Now everything is kind of dropped, and now Qs are fighting back to bounce back.
Yep, just bounced right off that support level. See if we're coming up to VWAP on the underside.
Very nice short on AMD bread up here. Super nice. Big SIG. Wow, that one is dropping too. Signet Jewelers. People don't like jewelers.
Signet, yeah.
Signet, I don't know how they pronounce it. What's PLTR doing? PLTR was also a nice run. AMD is deep down, dive.
Yeah, big
What
dive
is
on
happening with
AMD.
the AMD? Yeah, I'm surprised with AMD. Like, what was that run up to 250 and then so was to 220 and then now dropping. Is that really is Wall Street that crazy? Like running up this stock and then they realize, oops,
Yeah,
that's not
I don't
worth
know.
that much. What was that about? Never really heard of AMD. Amazon. What's up with Amazon? Yeah, Amazon was nice move up to 221. EDL. EDL was kind of a disappointment for me at the open. I got really chopped up really bad on it.
Okay, I'm along a little Rigetti just to see if we can get to $8 now. It's trying to break out here.
XXII. Is it 22? XXII. What is in Greek number? This would be 22. Yeah, 22nd century. Is that wow, let's look at that. 22nd century group. That looks like a 1880s group. The way that is setting off. This one, yeah, this one got halted. Doesn't seem like doing pretty good.
Come on, here we go. Let's see if we can get to 18 or 8 on this, I should say, on Rigetti. Rigetti spaghetti.
Rigetti.
Here we go.
Nvidia looks like it was. Again, I tried to short Nvidia, the open I couldn't, and I'd rather to stay away from it. Yeah, Nvidia has become a little bit jerky in life. Look at that. Actually, really setting off really bad.
Yeah.
What was the inflation there, huh? It's kind of jerky. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good short now, but at the open, especially I tried to short it a few times, and then my long didn't work out, and so okay. QUBT, yeah, Rigetti RGTI is crazy. Like it's gonna go to 8. Why are we not on RGTI? I don't know. I was looking at it to get a pullback or something, but it's just
Yeah, I'm in
really,
it.
really
I have a position in it now. I'm hoping it's going to 8. So let's see if this is a false breakout or not. Wow, spine Qs are selling off here.
Yeah,
Interesting.
interestingly, they're setting off. Yeah. Again, guys, I sold half of my TNA that I bought yesterday. So this is my PNL. You can actually see it on my screen. And Carlos, you can actually show that into the YouTube as well. So yeah, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good day. Like again, I tried to short Nvidia at the open, I couldn't, and eventually got a nice long on it. But again, I lost most of it back, so I gave actually most of the profit back. So now we're just sitting on our hands and to see what's going to happen. Nvidia is going to go red.
Yeah, it appears that way. It's definitely down at yesterday's high, and which is close to yesterday's close as well. So I would expect maybe a bounce here.
Maybe at the previous day close, I'm actually thinking too. Maybe we can get a reversal on it at the previous day close. What do you think, Brian? Yeah, S3 is also at
Definitely
131,
is
148.
definitely
Yeah,
potential for a bounce here.
I'm a buyer at 133.
Oh, AMD is coming down to fill this 116, I think. Hear me.
Yeah, I would be a buyer down here. See what's going to happen. I would buy at 133 NVDA. Should do NVDLL too. How's everybody doing in the chat room? What did you guys trade? RGTI, Rigetti. Rigetti is tricky because I was talking to the office people about the Connex hype. I have an employee that is really into SOXL, and I told him SOXL is done. It's not going to move that much anymore. The hype of semiconductors it appears to go. And then he asked me, okay, what is the hype now? And I told him quantum computing is the hype now. And then you were there, Brian, and and then he said, okay, what company? And I said, well, Rigetti, RGTI seems super interesting and stuff. So I said that. Next day, gap down 30%. Like it was that conversation that we were having was on January 7, and then look at that January 8, it was down 50%. And he called me, I bought a lot of RGTI. Like, shit. I'm sorry.
That was on Jensen Wong's comments, I think. So I'm out of Rigetti. So it's not kind of pulled back there too much. Haven't really found a big winner yet.
Sorry, I lost everything. See, that's another thing that you shouldn't really. That's another example of diversification. Even if you are right with the trend and stuff, diversification always helps. Again, you are not the first person to figure out that you want to invest in a company. Like the Wall Street has already done the research on it. They published the papers 50 years ago that diversification works. You have to do it.
Yeah.
DJT, DJT Media Group. Looks like an ABCD pattern right now in 5 minutes. It might pop up, but the problem with DJT is, again, the order flow is not like, it looks like it becomes active by algo at a certain time, and it's a little bit tricky to trade this kind of stocks. So IONQ. Jared is struggling with IONQ.
Yeah, it's not a.
Yeah, NVIDIA, I'm a buyer, guys. Yeah.
Hasn't been an easy market to trade this morning. SPY and Qs are selling off here. Thor must be liking this if he's still short the market. M and NQ. Yeah, look at it. NVIDIA is still going lower here. There's an order at 133.
NVIDIA is going toward the previous day close. I am a buyer at 133.15. Let's take a reversal on it over here. Though the market is really...
Yeah, I'm just short. I shorted the market with SPX options.
SPX options on, yeah. Thinking of, should I stay away from taking another trade or not? What time is it? 10. I'm up $27,000. I don't know.
Yesterday's high. Look at that. NVIDIA's touching yesterday's PDC. So if you're going to play it for a bounce,
yeah,
be very close to here.
A little bit further down. Yeah, a little bit more. I usually have a tendency of jumping a little bit over.
There's an order at 133. It's going to go there, probably.
Most likely, yeah. Slowly some long here. Not a big position, but just in case. Maybe 133 would be my big position in there. Although still, this market is also
here comes.
downhill.
Yeah.
Taking a long on NVIDIA bounce from the previous day close.
Okay, I'm out of this SPX trade. That was so I finally made a decent amount on that trade.
Well, let's see if NVIDIA can pop to the moving average on 1 minute.
Yeah.
A little bit more here and there. Come on, do a quick bounce for us. Come on. One more bounce. One more pop. You can do it. Am I greedy or not? Greed is messing with me.
Greed is greed.
SPY is nicely squeezing back, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming back better. So that's why you have to be very careful with these SPX options. NVIDIA doesn't have a lot of orders to the upside. Doesn't mean it won't go there. We are getting a nice bounce on it.
There you go. Now I'm selling NVIDIA 133.77. Nice. That was a good profit.
Nice.
Nice.
Pure perfect.
Profit back. Did anyone took it with us?
Yeah, that was a nice little bounce there. So,
It's little bounce.
yeah.
Nice. Nice.
So, yeah, so important to have these levels on your charts. Yesterday's low, yesterday's close, previous day close is very, it's almost always a level that gets respected.
I actually see live on my chart, guys. That's 133. Let's see again. Now
Go to
made a new 5-minute
134.
high. Yeah, SPY is also going up, so we are pretty good situation in the
Give
market
us,
as well.
give us 134. That's what we want.
134. That's what we want from life. Nothing else. Like that's what we're
Yeah,
asking.
that's it.
134.
That's it.
Come on.
God, there's no
Nothing
orders
more.
there. I'm going to sell some because there's no orders there.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's gonna go to 134. No, don't check it out.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's gonna pop like a bus. Look at that. That.
Yeah.
Brian, come on. Don't be like that. Don't leave me alone. Like
I still have some. I'm holding.
Yeah,
I'm holding. It's just there's no orders there.
If there's no order, I'll send the orders. I'll send some. How many orders you want? I can
you want to fill them up? Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm selling here, and the reason I'm selling here is we're right at the 9 EM. Yeah, we're right at the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart. Watch for a rejection here.
You're at 2-minute chart. Let's look at it. Yeah, see, exactly. That's the moment. Brian is using 2-minute chart. Right. So yeah, that's the 9-moving average and 2-minute chart.
Seems to, this is my gauge for if we're in an uptrend or downtrend. We're still in a downtrend on NVIDIA, but we're definitely trying to bounce here. Tesla, same deal. Rejection, 9 EMA, 2-minute chart, and same with the rejected it. That's the VWAP as well. So
so I'm holding a little bit of NVIDIA. Let's see what's going to happen.
Still a big order. Still a big order at 133.
Yeah, we might go for it. I'm holding, my stop loss is now at the break even, guys, at 133.35. So you know, guys, how I trade. Like always when I profit, and most of my position are out. So now my stop loss is at previous day close, which is my break even point. Rigetti.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it has more pop in it. SPY is going up, back up.
Oh, cues are bouncing. Beauty. And NVIDIA is trying to bounce back here after that rejection of the 9 EMA. See what Tesla looks like. Tesla's got some big orders up at 420, 425. Cues, and no, there goes the SPY. SPY's heading back up.
Yeah, SPY is really nicely going back up above the VWAP. The climb on SPY was amazing. TNA is also climbing back up to the half of the day. Now I regret, why did I sell my TNA half of it?
I just never know.
Yeah, I know this TNA and I have a very love and hate relationship.
Yeah.
NVDA, yeah, SPY back to VWAP. There it was, popping up like a boss. This is super nice.
Yeah, through all the moving averages and the VWAP. Tesla definitely has some sellers there. It just doesn't, keeps trying to move up and gets hit with some selling. See if it can break out here.
Tesla,
Yeah.
we get you.
Okay, so
You're amazing, yes. Yeah, the Getty's kind of
Rigetti's
toppy
kind of
around
hit.
R4.
Yeah. Rigetti, if you look at the volume on Rigetti, it's really dropping off. There's just no volume there. It might, they might pop it up, but like I said, it just seems like interest in trading it has been dropping right from the get-go. There goes Tesla.
The Tesla chart, 5-minute chart is kind of fundamentally broken, so I don't want to go long or short at all. Like fundamentally has collapsed like this pop. NVIDIA at least is now has the room for a bounce. So
Hmm. Hey, obviously, I think Tesla is looking a little bullish, but again, it's got this seller right at 416. Just keeps slapping it down every time it tries to get through there. NVIDIA is looking
right
kind
here
of
we
interesting. It's kind of gotten through that 9 EMA now. We still got,
go. I
you've
wanted
got
to,
the VU app.
yeah, I wanted to sell some at 134.20. That was a good reversal.
Hmm. Hmm. There's that 415 seller on Tesla.
Tesla is going up back to VWAP, huh? Wow.
Yeah, well, see if we can get the markets to cooperate here. Qs have bounced back. SPY has bounced back.
I'm looking at NVIDIA potentially.
Here we go. Some volume just came in on Tesla. Starting to push it back up here. Qs and SPY heading back to high of day.
SPY just popped up very nicely back. IWM, wow,
Yeah,
running back up to the high of the day. So the situation is pretty good everywhere.
turning around here.
Turning around. What a drop, what a bounce. Like it's beautiful. It's beautiful. IWM, super nice. Back up to the high of the day. It's amazing.
IONQ looks a little weak.
Oh. Oh, it's super nice. Life is super nice at this
Yes,
stage.
sir.
I recently, guys, I started really putting a lot of thought on my sleep and sleep patterns, and I realized that sleep is everything. Guys, sleep a lot. And no, seriously, I mean, sleep is just, my mind is much clearer, better mood, everything. Sleep and mushroom, these two.
You have to get extend your life, sleep well every night.
Yeah. And not eating after 6 p.m. Like whenever
Yeah.
I'm actually having my dinner early and I'm not having anything, sleep is much, much better. When I'm having it, like after 6 p.m. is horrible. I don't know how Europeans are doing it actually.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking that it's, people don't go out to eat till like 8 and 9 o'clock at night sometimes.
They do that.
I remember being in Paris and going out for dinner at like 8 o'clock, 8:30, and thinking, "Oh my God, this is so late for dinner." And then we're leaving, and other people like are just coming in, and it's like 10:30. Restaurants is still
I know,
crazy.
like I was in Buenos Aires. I was in Buenos Aires. So at 10 p.m. we went. There's a really famous steakhouse called, I think, Don Julio or Don Juan or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
So we
Don
went there at
Julio, I
10,
think.
10:30, and it was packed. We don't have any space, and so we found a little two things up in that next to the bathroom, up into that level. We went there. By the time they actually served us the steak, it was like 11:30 at night. And the store was still packed. And then we were lucky. The guy we ordered, we didn't understand much of a menu. We ordered two steaks, and the guy said, "Dude, this is one for two is enough." Like, thank God he said that. And then he brought like this amount of meat, great food. And then it was Ardi and I. So we had a little bit of it, and then by the time they were coming around 1:30, 1:45 a.m. in the morning, it's still packed. People are having a steak.
Yeah.
And we went back to the hotel, and Ardi threw up. Like I think at 3
Oh
a.m.,
yeah.
4 a.m., I said, "Wow, wow." Of course, yes, of course your body says, what the fuck? Sure, yeah.
That's funny.
I couldn't believe what I'm seeing. Like, is that breakfast or is it still dinner for you? Which one is that at 2 a.m.? Like,
Yeah.
God, don't do this to yourself.
Is
No, but
definitely.
seriously, like, fasting is a little bit difficult thing to do, but like after 6, 7 p.m., nothing in your body, sleep is amazing. Like I've seen it in my, performance of run and everything. Oh, NVIDIA. Oh shit, we have NVIDIA long actually. I have NVIDIA like actually, and speaking of that, Mr. M, thank you. So I'm gonna actually partial here some. It's now the moving average. I mean, the best target would be the VWAP.
Yeah. SPY is
Oh
back at
man,
high
I
of day.
forgot.
This is R3. See, look at Tesla. Tesla's still rocking now. It's going to get to looks like it's heading back to 420.
Tesla. Oh yeah, Tesla bounced back like a boss. What a day! What a day! What a day!
Oh, today. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a beautiful day. Like I like that. Like Nvidia, the open, kind of messy, but like these kind of
Yeah.
trades, amazing. We think it amazing.
Had to wait to let things start to establish. So Nice bounce back. We're right back at high of day on both the SPY and the Q. So we'll be interested to see if we can
Your video
break out from
popping off.
here, or if it rejects again. Right now it's pretty range. We're still pretty range bound, although the range has been pretty big on the indexes.
So
Yeah,
NVIDIA
see,
mostly out on NVIDIA.
kind of rejecting. We're kind of rejecting here.
What's Rigetti doing? I have some serious FOMO not trading Rigetti. Yeah, it looks
It's
like
not.
Rigetti
Last I
wants to
looked,
hit
it's
8.
not. Its volume was really dropping off on it. I don't know. It seems pretty range bound right now. I mean, we did do like a bit of a 920 on it. Not a great looking 920, but these things always seem to happen around 1010. You get this loss of the 9 EMA, and then it comes down, touches the 20, and then bounces back. Always seems to happen around 10 after 10. AMD is heading back to 116, I think. Now Tesla rejected, Nvidia rejected. There is a possibility, I guess, we could break out of this range at some point, but right now we're just stuck in a bit of a trading range here. Here we go, 116 on AMD. It came back down, filled that order that was sitting there. PLTR has been on a tear. Again, pulling back now on the SPY and the Qs. All right. Yeah, Tesla could be, Gary, I think, yeah, you're right. I think Tesla could be kind of done. Let's see what Bookmap looks like on it. It's probably still got those orders up at 420, 425. Yep. Still there. Damn, I was thinking about that would have been a good place to go short again on the SPY right at right where we rejected earlier. Would have been a pretty decent risk to reward. Too late now.
Hey guys, sorry. Oh shit, I was on mute.
Yeah,
So
AMD.
NVIDIA is coming back
NVIDIA's,
to, yeah, I'm gonna get stopped out
yeah,
completely on NVIDIA, guys.
it's right
Yeah,
back to
tomorrow.
PDC there. Interesting.
Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be the inflation number,
And
CPI.
tomorrow we get CPI. Yeah. Sure, it'll be interesting. Yeah, look at that. Rigetti's going to $8. Volume started to pick back up again on this. After I mentioned it was dropping right off, volume picked right back up again. There's $8.
Nice, Sean. You turn it around. Beat SPX. Oh, I think NVIDIA is selling off.
Yeah, Nvidia's going to go
Yeah, it's
red,
great
baby.
trading day, guys. Yeah, great trading day, guys. Buys nice. Hey guys, on YouTube. So tomorrow we can do a giveaway. Tomorrow is Wednesday. If you can like us, if the likes to 600, then tomorrow we're gonna give a laptop. What do you think about that, guys? On YouTube. Anyone still
Perfect.
alive on YouTube? Tomorrow something? Laptop 1, laptop 2. Yeah. VDA went red.
Yeah, I know.
Interesting.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah. IWM is holding very nicely. IWM is holding at. Did IWM actually hit all-time high? Or no, it was just before that. Some high in 2021. It's back there. IWM is got destroyed. What happened on December 18 that it got destroyed? Was the inflation number? Or was it something about the rate, huh?
What's that?
The IWM sold off really bad on December 18. There
Well,
was something about the
yeah,
rates.
there's something about rates. Well, rates have been going up a lot. Today, what's TLT doing? TLT's
TLT is down
down
a
a
little
little
bit,
bit.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, was it FOMC, I think? There was something, yeah, I remember that. Because IWM is
yeah,
the most rate-sensitive index.
yeah.
A lot of this is all the small cap companies, so they're very sensitive toward the rates. And the leverage of this one is TNA, 3 times leverage.
Yeah, I'm short SPY again. See if we can drop here. Here we go. Here we go. All right, just gonna sell some options here. I shorted it with options again. SPX. Wow, perfect. Scary but perfect. Wow, got in at 16. It's now at 20, 21. SPY 5086 puts. 5860. Sorry, 5860. All right. I'm gonna take the money and run here. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Yeah, pretty crazy. I have to give kudos to Sean here. I have to give credit to Sean. Turn me on to these SPX options. So if I lose a ton of money on these, I know who to blame. So far it's been, and I understand now maybe a little bit more. I know Thor likes to trade indexes. They can be a little bit more predictable than stocks. In terms of sort of reading where they're going. Okay, I'm going to get out of the rest of these, I think. Let's see. Yeah. All right.
The Tesla is going down, and NVIDIA is also going down. I'm glad I got out of this garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is life. Life is complicated. Life is complicated, man.
Life is
I don't know how, Brian, you. I don't know how, Brian, you tolerated life this much. I'm already thinking of killing myself. Like, I'm done. Why do I drag it another 40 years? Yeah, you're just waiting until, okay, I gotta get out.
Yeah, I'm ready to check out.
How do you like to die, Brian? Which way is, do you want to like die old in the home and sit with all your kids crying, or do you want to die in an adventure, or die, I don't know, falling from a horse, or die while having sex? I don't know. What's your way to go?
My way to go, never really even thought about it. Practically, it would be just die in your sleep. But I don't know. I guess I could do, yeah.
How do you like to guys die? Anyone in the chat room, YouTube? Well, I like to die in the mountains. Like, that would be nice. Like, especially in the high in elevation. Like, like in Everest and stuff, you die because you're there forever. Like, you're resting in peace forever. Like, when I was climbing in China, I was making a joke with my Sherpas that if I die, first of all, don't bring me down. leave me up there, and then make something funny with my body. Like, for example, show the route, like with my fingers and stuff. So that way you become like an icon in Everest. You know where you go past that rock, and then you see the dead guy, Andrew, who shows the way. So follow that journey. Like that would be forever.
I've got an answer for you, Andrew, if you want.
Yeah, man.
You could be. Okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
I've
Peter.
always said that I want to die at 101 years old in a skydiving accident. That means I made it to 101, and it means I was skydiving at 101. So, and it's over quick.
That's a good way to go. I like
You get
that.
to go with
Might
a good
survive.
view. You like had a good life,
I
man.
know.
Splat.
Big adrenaline in the
survive, though.
body. Yeah,
You could
that's very
survive
nice.
though,
Actually,
Peter.
I like
That's the problem.
No, I don't think at 100 you're going to survive. Don't worry. If I realize that's the end, Brian, I'll go head first.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good way. Yeah,
Yeah, you
like a
see,
mountain is pretty
I've
good.
already done a bunch of skydiving, so I can't really do that. I was trying to think of something I haven't done.
Let me show you a picture of. I want to show you a picture of someone a dead body in Everest that I took that picture.
The yellow
And,
boots, the yellow boots guy.
No, the green boots is on the north side, and he's been
Green boots?
like dead for since 1990s. Actually, nobody knows who he is. There are some ideas about who is this guy, but on Everest side there's way more body. And actually, sorry, on the north side there are more bodies because there's no helicopter, there's no rescue over there. But when I went
Right.
through the south side, there was a guy who was dying. Carlos, I sent it to you. You can actually show it on YouTube as well. Actually, I can do it myself too here. So this guy is, I think he died last year or something. So you will see my screen. So Carlos, you can actually show that as well. So now imagine if this guy was have some like eternal meme. That would have been very funny. Like not only you're dead, but also you make some fun thing or put a sign or something. Good luck, yeah, you got it. I didn't, but you got it.
You got this.
That would be really
I
fun to
didn't.
do. Yeah.
I couldn't make it, but you got this.
Yeah, you got this. You got this. Yeah, I didn't, but you got this. That would be nice.
Funny.
Overdosing on sex is also a good way to go. Like this, the extreme orgasm, or the ecstasy that you're having. That would be also a very, very good way to go. Yeah, if I don't die on Everest, I'd like to die overdosing on sex. That's also another way to go.
I'd like to. Maybe you could just. I could die taking mushrooms and just laughing to the point where I just croak.
Oh, yeah, that's also very interesting. Oh man, what a conversation at 7:30 in the morning.
I've had.
Thank you guys for not canceling your membership so far.
I've had that experience where I was laughing so hard I thought I was going to die. Thought I was going to not be able to breathe. But laughing is good for you.
Good, yeah. All right, so Tesla, let's get back into character, guys.
All right.
NVDA.
Not a lot of the volume is really dropping off on a lot of this stuff again. Wow, Rigetti. Rigetti just made the 8 and then decided that was it. That was the that was it. It just said, okay, I'm done. I'm out of here. Got the 8. Wow, look at that. The SPY just took another leg lower. We're just heading back to low of day now. What a reversal, man.
Yeah, no joke, huh? The market has no chill. Like NVIDIA has no chill.
Yeah.
So the next level that we can turn a reversal on NVIDIA is at S4, 130, 136. On a daily chart, I'm looking at it, and then we have obviously yesterday low 129.53, but I'm not surprised we actually, I'm not sure if we get there to 130, below 130. But seems like the highway to hell now.
Yeah, it seems it's still got some sellers, and a lot of sellers in the market right now. Wow, those SPX options, put options are now almost $23. They're just really hard to hold on to. To get any kind of bounce, they quickly can go offside on you. Are you in any trade right now, Andrew, or no?
No, I just have some TNA left from my swing.
Okay.
And so this is my position, open position right now. So I have TNA, so I sold half of it for $7,600, and then the rest is holding. CPI, if CPI is good, IWM is going to rally like a boss. So
Yep.
I don't know if I should sell these 4,000 shares of TNA or not. It's holding IWM so far, but like it's not like a SPY, but I don't know if IWM wants to do something.
Tesla's kind
What
of
is Meta?
Tesla's trying to hold here, but it's just no orders to the downside, except there's a 380 order.
Did you watch Zuckerberg and Joe Rogan?
I saw a clip of it. I find I don't find Joe Rogan to be a very good. I mean, I mean he's good with with interpersonally with people, chatting with them, but I don't think his he doesn't challenge anybody on what they say, which you know, and I guess you got to have a lot of fact checkers because people come on and say all sorts of stuff on his show. Oh, there goes Spy and Q's are bouncing here.
Yeah, I mean Joe Rogan. Like I want to see the Zuckerberg. Like the Joe Rogan, it seems that he drives people towards saying extremes because that's where it goes viral. And Joe Rogan is at the end of the day
Yeah.
is businessman. He charges people for the view, and like he gets like 200 million
Oh
from
yeah,
Spotify a
totally.
year. So he actually I noticed that he's very smart. He's pushing people towards saying extreme nonsense because that's what goes viral. He tried to do it with Elon Musk. He couldn't do it with President Trump. Like President Trump was way smarter than this. President Trump is so sharp that he doesn't allow anyone to play with his thoughts talk. But I like that. But I was watching Mel Gibson is saying that there's one drug that cures cancer type 4. Like, come on, man,
Yeah.
Mel Gibson. uh, that kind, like these kind of claims, they are extreme and they bring
Yeah,
viewership. But
for sure.
but I like to see actually what Zuckerberg says. Zuckerberg is also pretty smart. Zuckerberg is also a very smart person. He doesn't.
Oh
He
yeah.
says what he wants to say, and he doesn't like. Yeah, I know. I saw the
Nice.
Mel Gibson thing. Like I understand the profit in the industry, health industry and stuff. Like I understand that, that logic, but connecting these two, like, okay, so US pharmacies that, but what about Europe? What about Asia? What about a lot of countries that are regulated health and stuff and pricing? They don't know that. They don't know that they can solve cancer. It's super complex in the body. It's just one single drug that fix everything is good for viewership, but doesn't necessarily is based on a lot of things.
What I find amazing is some of the food additives and chemicals that they're allowed to put in the U.S. And not allowed to put in any other country. Like if you looked at the ingredients on different things in the U.S. and
It's the
compared it
food.
to an
It's
ingredient
the
list.
food that killing
Yeah,
us. Yeah, it's the
yeah,
food.
it's the
Like
food that's
it's
killing
all the
Americans.
obesity, the inflammation in the body that everybody has. That like it's the food. It's like it's not the smoking. It's not sugar. It's the food. Like a lot of other countries are consuming so many other things, but it's the food. And RFK Junior is actually right about that. That the food.
Yeah,
Um, It's the food that it's the small little things that
yeah,
they
it's
add into
crazy.
the day-to-day life. All these like nothing goes wrong in my fridge. Like nothing. Like in Iran, I grew up in Iran. It wasn't like that. Like it's like you buy things and it goes wrong if you don't eat them. Like I go travel months, I climb Everest, come back, everything is fresh in my fridge. Like really? Like you don't go wrong? Like milks, like in Iran, milks really after 2 days they go bad. Like here, milks stay like months and taste great. Like and especially in the industry, like in US is a very permissive environment. They allow things too. So
Yeah,
one thing that I'm actually very
no, it's
concerned about new administration is just a little bit less regulation of financial market, like crypto and
yeah,
stuff. That's the only thing that I'm concerned about because the Wall Street has no moral. Like if you just a little bit less regulation in this financial market, something again, these fart coins and meme coins and the FTX and stuff, something blew up, and that's the only thing that freaks me out about this
yeah.
new administration
What
because
could what could possibly go wrong with deregulating financial markets again?
yeah, I mean, like 2008 was just the perfect example
Yeah,
of it.
exactly. And who ended up paying for all that? It wasn't the people that made all the money.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing that I'm very, very concerned about. Like something is going to blow up soon. Like after 2008, the Dodd-Franklin, when they passed that, there was a lot of regulation on the financial industry. Most of it, some of it, they actually reversed after that. But there's some of it is still like the Wall Street wants to remove a lot of it. And, these leverage
Yeah,
things
of
and
course they
this
do.
a little bit freaks me out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's it is. All right, back to that's what happens at 10:46 in the Tuesday when there's nothing to trade.
Yeah,
NVDA.
I'm looking. I'm short. I'm short some Tesla. I want to see if it gets back to 405 here. Oh, here we go. I'm trading with options.
So
410 puts.
you're trading for Tesla,
I'm
410
shorting
puts.
Tesla. Yeah, because I think somebody in the room mentioned this earlier. They thought Tesla was going to 405. I think it was Gary L. Our one of our long-term moderators. This is a great thing about being part of the community in the room here. We get ideas all the time, and sometimes they look interesting. You look at them yourself, and then you decide whether you want to take the trade or not. But let's see what I'm just using the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart on Tesla as long as we're staying below there. Still think we're in a downtrend. And Qs are really again, we've been pretty range bound all day. SPY really has moved within this, sort of 585 to 580, 582. So it's been sort of just stuck in this range.
DJT is also super nice.
Yeah, wow. Nvidia's looking really weak too. It's still staying below the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart. Here we go. Here goes Tesla. All right, we're at $12 now on these options. Very close. Here we are, $12. Take some off here at 12. All right.
Guys, so what are you guys up to? So tomorrow laptop, that's 100% sure, because you guys didn't get. Oh, no, wait a minute. No likes, 300, only 69. Come on, guys. Make it to 500 for laptop tomorrow.
Yeah.
You can do
Had a
it.
lot
You
of-
can do it.
I've had a lot of really good trades here.
I know.
Should
Like,
be
it's
able to
amazing. Guys, I'm
make
going to
some
check
money.
out the. Yeah, I'm going to check out the funded accounts today. If you lose money today, I'm going to kill myself. Like, it's such an easy day. Come on, like this NVIDIA live, we did it, Brian and I, live in front of you. And Tesla was also
Yeah,
pretty
right.
nice.
Yeah, that
money.
bounce off of PDC was perfect. What an ideal
Yeah.
setup for a trade.
I'm still gonna see. Look at this $50,000 funded account, and they're still blowing up. Like, oh, how do you do that? Like, I'm doing it live in front of you, live, free. Just do it. Oh, I'm trying to save you from
Here we
yourself.
go.
All right, so NVIDIA reversal is an option. It's getting to S4, so very tempting. However, SPY Q's went red. SPY is not doing great either. IWM actually surprisingly hold very nicely from all these indexes.
Yeah, it's
Dow is
definitely
okay.
the index that's up the most.
Yeah, so Dow lost all the Trump election.
Yeah, that's
SPY
the Trump bump, as they say.
lost the Trump bump. Q's also lost the Trump. Yeah, yesterday hit the Trump pump. IWM is also lost it. Yeah, so the Trump effect is gone. They call it Trump effect in the financial market.
I think that some obviously a little bit of concern about what the new administration is going to put in place: immigration, tariffs, cutting taxes for the rich again, Reaganomics.
That's actually a very good idea. That's actually, I think I'm of the opinion of cutting taxes. Like, I know it's again the topic that we can discuss to death, but like this, look what happened in Canada. Like Canada is a perfect example. Like Canada is a country that it's a role model in moral and social justice, but it lost its economic leadership by just increasing the taxes. Like this capital gain tax that they increased, Trudeau, that's the one that it topped his leadership. Because what happens when you're increasing the capital gain like that, like another 10%, is that you force capital to leave your country, and that is the impact of is the thing that's why when you don't protect your capital market like that, people companies leave, entrepreneurs leave, wealth generators leave. I do believe in that. Like I'm considering seriously leaving Canada because you're punishing it unreasonably. If you want to pay for your social programs, you can boost the economy and through the sales tax and through the consumption do it. I do believe that again, this is a discussion that we can have forever, but I think Canada lost this economic leadership, and that's why the people are angry from Trudeau, because slowly is grinding down. The businesses are down, the companies are leaving. Like they don't see the support to the wealth generators, and they leave. They just go south the border or somewhere else.
They never
I
did bring
understand also the
that
trickle-down
change.
economy, but
They never did bring that change in, that because they suspended the government, so that never got passed.
So which one? The capital gain?
Yeah.
No, it did pass. June. No, since last year,
No, I
June
don't
20,
think
the
so.
capital gain. I
Really?
seriously doubt that. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think it passed the capital gain tax. I mean,
Okay,
we can
I
look into
thought it
that again,
didn't.
but
But anyway, doesn't matter. That was the proposal anyway.
I think it passed. Or I mean, we can look into that.
Could
But
be.
again, that's why
Very well.
the finance minister of Trudeau quit, because she said, you're doing this and then you're sending people check. Like this is very disgusting. That you're poor in the Christmas, I give you money. I'll charge you tax for food.
Yeah.
Like you don't treat people like that. You create opportunities for them to grow rather than in sending check. Like Iran is like that. It's such a poor country, the economy. So people make happy. Oh, sure, shut up. Get the check. Like that was disgusting by government. Like, and rich people or wealth generators or companies and say, you want to tax me like that to send checks to people instead of providing them employment, providing them environment to grow. Canada, and that's why everybody's panicking in Canada. If Trump really puts some tariffs, Canada is like a village. Like there is no real industries to support that. Like if the oil industry goes down, if the Trump doesn't support the import and everything, that's why the finance minister quit, because she said that we got to be ready for that change on the south of the border rather than sending checks to people. Trudeau, his mindset again, I mean, social justice, moral support is very important, but also economic leadership is very important. Like you can't have a very good society based on justice with the very struggling economy. At the end of the day, people want to see paychecks coming in. Again, it's a very interesting topic, but again, if like the corporate tax, I understand that, but the capital gain tax, the skyrocketing 50% like that, people leave, companies leave.
SPX is interesting again. See if we're retesting. We're retesting yesterday's high again here on SPX.
So, Brian, it seems that you haven't filed your taxes because you're going to pay a lot of taxes this year. I think June last year passed that, the capital. You haven't filed your taxes, obviously.
No, I guess not. It's coming. Got to do a taxes again. Tax season.
No, it's coming. Tax season is starting. Ooh. Ugh. Right,
Yeah, I
NVIDIA
know
broke the S4.
I'm going to have a lot of taxes this year for sure. I know that.
I know. I already
Thanks
sent
for
the
reminding me.
advance of how poor you are. Oh, look at that. Okay, NVIDIA is dropping like a boss. Like the question is, where should we take another reversal of it on NVIDIA? Robinhood, Hood is doing up. Robinhood is 9% up. Robinhood is doing pretty good on a daily, weekly chart.
Yeah, Robinhood, they had some, I thought they had some kind of action by the DOJ or something.
Yeah, the way that NVIDIA is selling off, I wouldn't be surprised to go. We test the 129.59, the yesterday low. I'm thinking of taking another reversal on it, but at the same time, my time is over. It's almost 11. And again, this is one of those moments that you actually might.
I think SPY's going to go red here. It's testing. We're testing low of day for a third time now.
NVIDIA.
Hey Brian, hey Andrew, how y'all doing?
Good.
You
How are
are
you?
good. You're here, sir. How are you doing?
Yes, I am here. All good. What a fun day, huh?
How was your trading day?
Yeah,
How much did you
sort of
make?
fun day.
Come on, Abby. Give us how rich you are. Show off.
Look at
We
this.
are
SPY is
having
heading
Mr.
lower.
Rich Avi. Avi, are you excited to come to Vancouver?
Never miss these events. I'll be right there. I'll be there a few days before and stay a whole week after as well.
I know.
Nice.
We might actually go skiing together. We might actually get a villa or something, go skiing together.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
that'd be a blast.
If anyone wants to come, guys, if anyone wants to come, then we might actually after the event. I can't at this moment commit, but a lot of us are thinking going to skiing, so maybe we can actually get a big Airbnb or something. Yeah, Vancouver is pretty nice at then that time of the year because there's still really good powder in the mountain on the high elevation on the alpine, and then the city is warm enough that you can start going into the beach. It's beautiful. Like I love it.
It's really
end
nice.
of March, April.
It'll be fun. As always, we have a great meetup.
All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, guys. So I had a pretty good day. So I'm gonna actually do a recap today. I'm gonna talk about the leverage in day trading. So I ended up the day $35,000, but TNA actually was only the swing that I still holding some. So another trade that I might take in the afternoon or later if I go after a run or something is taking a reversal on NVIDIA. If it hits the yesterday low, which is around 129.47, that could be another opportunity for a reversal on NVIDIA. So I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Avi Mahtani. Sahib, over to you.
All right. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Brian.
And thanks. And I'm still short some Tesla puts here. Still short Tesla with some puts here. So still looking for this another buck or two on the put side here. All right, Avi, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thanks. And hey, Carlos, how you doing today?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Thanks for joining. This is a blast. You
Yeah,
get
yeah,
to go
absolutely.
online and talk to different people all the time. It's great.
It is awesome.
So much
Um,
fun.
but
How
yeah,
you doing
this
today?
doing good, man. It's funny. This market started a little bit slow. Like the pre-market, I only had, if you guys remember, three tickers: MSTR, Tesla, Apple. I ended up adding QUBT at the last minute, but for the most part, man, it was a quiet like pre-market. Even after the data came out, you still didn't get that push on the SPY, right? And the market open, man, the market open was pretty good. Like things started moving, SPY started dropping, still dropping now, trying to make some new lows, and it just created so much opportunity for us, man. So turned out pretty good. Unfortunately, I didn't get to trade anything because I was working on some back end stuff, right? But for the most part, there was some really good trades this morning. How about you, man? What did you take advantage of? I see you have Tesla up here. Are you in anything right now?
No, I'm in AMD actually. I just put it on a few minutes ago. It's
Oh,
my second
sweet.
attempt at AMD, but man, this is a ripper. I'm just gonna hold this for like a drop below 100. It looks like it wants it.
There we
But
go. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, I'm already in
Um,
a pretty big position, so this is fun. Always fun.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I see
there it
AMD
goes.
and many of these stocks gave like a little bit of a fake out type play, right? Like they were going to hold and there's just break. Look at AMD now, man, making new low.
Yeah,
That wow.
massive, massive. The real for me, the real tragedy was Nvidia. I saw it and I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't perceive it, literally. I perceived it like a minute too late, and obviously don't want to chase it, so I didn't take the short. But my goodness, that was like 20 hours or whatever it would have been. But again, yeah, don't want
Yeah,
to chase
yeah.
stocks around the market. If you don't see it in time, you don't see it in time. Let it go. But yeah, man, you could short anything today if you want.
Yeah, market's looking
Cool.
pretty weak right now. Things are running nicely, man.
Mhm.
Look at Nvidia making new lows. Even RGTI, which you were looking at ripping through eight, slamming right back down as well. So again, it's been a hell of a market, man. This is awesome.
Yes.
Um,
This is good. We're getting some comments here in the chat about this leather
yeah.
jacket and Indian actors.
Like
It just arrived in the mail today. Okay, so I put it on.
that is awesome. I see what you're doing here, man. This is and I don't blame you. This is straight out of the Mr. Sheng Wang book. I forget his first name, but Wang, right? From Nvidia. You're heading in the right path, man. This is what he does.
Oh,
He
is
wears
it?
these leather jackets on his earnings announcements, his keynote speaking in a speech in CES. His jackets keep getting, shinier and shinier. So I can't wait to see
Oh,
next month's jacket.
alrighty. Yeah, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. It's a new
Yeah,
thing now we do. Leather jackets, make them shinier. Just polish them up, really.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
doing hats as well. We could do hats,
We could do
gloves.
hats. We could do hats. Absolutely. Friends over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up as we continue through 12 o'clock. Obviously has some live trades going here. But yeah, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. It does help us out a ton. So today I'll be covering for Paris. Paris will be out probably this week and back next. So our good buddy will be back with Avi next week. But yeah, it's looking good here right now. Things are selling off.
Yeah, it's one of those days where you can ideally you put on the trade and just let it go and let it liquidate at the close. Don't look at it because it's got that feel to it. I've done those kinds of trades a few times and not even putting a target in mind, just let it go to the close. And I find those have been big. So that's what I'm trying to gauge right now. Are we truly gonna continue selling for the day and close at close to the low of the day, or is it worth going in and out of positions all the way down? So that's the
Yeah.
calculation going through my head at the moment. And anyways, AMD short still working, and Tesla was good. Nvidia. You know what's interesting here? I've got Apple on my screen. You can see most things were weak, but Apple was such a disaster. But where it is now, and the way it is now, man, break of low of day, and I think it'll clean itself up and go down if it does break low of day, if the market remains with this kind of bearish mood.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
a lot of opportunity. So yeah, fun. It's funny. I didn't even know about the leather jacket thing and the AMD guy. I just got a new motorcycle
The
jacket. Just people
the
talking about it.
Nvidia guy, Nvidia.
Nvidia guy,
Yeah.
right? Okay. For me, it was just time for a new motorcycle jacket, so that's it.
Yeah. We love it, man. We
What do
love it.
we? Mhm.
All right, so
Out there, if you're
TikTok
in
trading
good.
over on YouTube is asking, what are we trading? Well, you are in AMD short right now. I am not in any trades. If I see something I like, I don't usually trade around this time, but if I see something I like, I'll take a stab at it. But Avi, you're in AMD short. Anything else? I know this is like your time to trade where you find a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, AMD short, and I'm not seeing much else. What's interesting is the current AMD action is kind of sitting there looking weak more than anything else. At the same time, Nvidia and Tesla are finding buyers. So I'm trying to gauge what's going on, relative weakness on AMD, but that's not really a reliable indicator. But again, it's I'm just thinking AMD is going to continue to drop. And what's cool is for me, it's at a level right now, 115.26. If it sets up again here again, I would see another opportunity to enter, or I might even add into this if it truly carries on. Let's see what happens the next few minutes. But I like the look of it so far. It's very promising. And Tesla, man,
Yeah.
Tesla, can't tell you anything about Tesla. It's on the level, well, it's close to the levels that I've got, but we're not there yet. So, yeah, we have questions here in the chat. We got Citigroup. What about Citigroup? I don't know anything about Citigroup.
Let's take a look.
Want to know about
Citigroup.
motorcycles? Motorcycles, yeah. I ride a Harley Fat Bob. It's a 2020, so the new model. Really fun. Be careful, it's overpowered. I've scared myself so many times on that.
Yeah, I seen a picture of him. That's a sweet ride.
Yeah, man. So what else we got?
I'm looking at Citigroup. Someone mentioned that in chat. Yeah, I mean, we have the big earnings coming up this week, right? When is the banks? Is it Thursday? I know they're kind of the ones that kick off the earnings season. So I think we wait for that. I don't think right now it's really heavily in play. I don't know that they have any individual news. So my idea on banks, they normally don't trail that hot into earnings season. We'll see some action out of these guys. So I'm gonna check tradeterminal.com, see what the next earning is here.
While you're doing that, guys, I see some activity here on NVIDIA 130.5. That's a level. Let's hit that. It's finding something, some behavioral change at the moment. So something to keep an eye on. That might be the next one.
Wait a second. I think I'm running into Thor's spot in the chat room. I think he's gonna come on here. I'm still streaming in the chat, so if Thor is ready to rock and roll, there it is. Thor is asking for his hammer. There it is. So let me see if I can show you this. This is funny. Thor is asking to give me the hammer, give me the mic. So yeah, Thor, we'll hop off here. So for those that over on YouTube, we do go live in our chat room. Thor's gonna be trading there now. Me and Abby will stay here with you guys on YouTube. But there's Thor asking, give me my hammer so I can get on and trade with my people in the chat. So, all right, friends over in the chat room, we'll see you guys. We'll see you a bit later. We'll go and continue here on YouTube. All right, let me shut that off. And it is all Thor's there. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful thing.
I'm down, huh? Push everything down. Smack it.
Yeah, it's rather weak right now. So yeah, so we're looking at tradingterminal.com, right? Want to see where our earnings are, and I have this up. Let's see if I can go through some of this. I know it's a lot on there. We'll clean this up to make it look nicer. But Wednesday, yes, Wednesday. If you look at Wednesday, we got JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citigroup is also on Wednesday morning. So tomorrow is going to be fun. I think tomorrow's the day. Now, if you're trying to anticipate trading it early, I normally don't do that. Be careful with that because you just don't know what to expect, you know? So be mindful of that.
Yeah, that's a bit scary. You know, here's one strategy that I've truly experimented with. Again, Brian talks about this in his options book. But if you truly anticipate a massive gap, like a 10, 15% gap, either up or down, either way, you don't know. What you can do is the day before or a few days before, buy puts and calls. One of them is going to go, become very profitable, and the other one you just close it at the open on the day of the earnings. And that's I haven't done that strategy, but I mean, people talk about it, read about it. Um, but I think the real thing is, do you have conviction on this earnings, or at least the reaction to the earnings? Do you have convictions on a massive gap? Can you tell that in advance? If you have that kind of ability to calculate that stuff, okay, there's money to be made, like overnight action, big money to be made on contracts. But that's risky. Again, you can see how risky that can be. If it doesn't do a 15% gap, it just doesn't go anywhere, and you've lost on whatever you paid to buy those contracts. So, I mean, a lot of people ask me about this option stuff nonstop, and I tell them you gotta have serious conviction on overnight action if you're doing stuff like that, spreads, straddles, all this kind of stuff. So think of it that way, guys. Again, risk management, most important thing. So very, very important.
Yeah, well, one of the things I experienced when I'm trading, when I ever traded earnings, which I don't do often now, is I could be right in the direction for the longer time frame, but in the short period I could get wiped out just because the expected move, right, of the drop and the pullback. So you just got to be very, very careful, right? Especially with how volatile things are right now. The big one we got coming
Yes.
up next week, and actually we want to stream this live as well, is Netflix. So Netflix is going to be interesting because we come back. We're off on Monday, right? It's going to be Martin Luther King Day. You also have the president inauguration. We come back on Tuesday, and Tuesday after hours Netflix report. So it's going to be an interesting day, given that we're back, from a holiday and also from the inauguration of the president. So and then we'll be live for the Netflix earnings. That's going to be a lot of fun. Our first one in a long time, so definitely join us there. If you haven't signed up on YouTube, subscribe so you can be alerted when we go live for that event. Yeah, interesting stuff.
Also, yeah, next Netflix will be fun. Not something I typically look at, but yeah, I bet there'll be good liquidity on the options on that. So I might actually look at that. But again, there's so many styles to trade. And we have something with a big catalyst. You got a big name. You get so much volatility right at the open. Those first 15, 30 minutes, my goodness. If you really are scalping, you're doing ORBs, you're doing opening momentum, that's where you want to be.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
good stuff. So I'm still sitting in this AMD position. No partials yet. It's very nicely in my favor. I'm just going to let it run. I might actually trail the 30-minute candlestick just because that's been working recently. And let it run. Let this thing run as far as it wants to run. There it is,
yeah.
AMD.
No need to overmanage. I mean, it's looking pretty weak right now. How about the other ones? Like it's Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia's dropping too. So if you are in
Yeah.
Nvidia, this is also showing a lot of weakness. But yeah, man,
Apple's got
nice
my
trade.
attention too right now. We were talking about Apple a few minutes ago. I'm beginning to think the closer it gets to the low of day, the more interesting it gets, and a potential opportunity down there. If it gets there, it's going to be fun. Again, I've had a lot of fun with Apple in the last couple of weeks, just almost every day, but not today. Today's a mess. Didn't touch it. So there's something happening there. And Amazon is similar to AMD, I think. It's just going down. I mean, straight down and not too complicated. What else do we have?
Yeah,
Google.
let's go to the Magnificent Seven. Google's next, right? Let's see what's going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, got some up and down. It hasn't really done anything crazy, but you can see a little bit of movement here as well.
Yep.
It's just ugly though. It's
Google's
like
got
I'm looking at the 5 minute. That is an ugly 5 minute chart. And usually, you know what? This is typical Google though. They don't trade. I don't find this stock to be a good trading stock. I think they're very, very choppy at times. Usually, there's better things to trade. When it comes to the Magnificent Seven, Google and Meta, I think, are the toughest one to trade out of that bunch. Microsoft can be at times. But this one here, man, just that 5 minute, it's every candle overlapping the previous one. You can't really trade that. I mean, there's just nothing happening here. It's tough.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I watch the Max 7 every day, and Google's one I don't touch very often. And just
Right?
for the same reason. But yeah, it's a tough one. It's really tough. I mean, even today, put in the double top that I like to see, but
Mm-hmm.
throwing wicks on both sides, and as you said, overlapping candles, for those reasons, I just avoided it. Like, okay, let it go this time. And there's easier ways to make money,
Oh
like look at
yeah,
AMD
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
And yeah, Meta's tempting to go long, but this is not a reversal setup. Again, new high off of the 5 minute consolidation. A lot of people get excited here. But yeah, even when I was trading earlier today, this morning, we're talking about a reversal on Meta, but my goodness, it's not there. It's just chop. It's just chop.
Yep.
Again, wait for your setups. Wait for it to be really good and clean. Then you can manage your risk. I mean, seriously, you can just risk management becomes easy, then it's no big deal. Like AMD, for example, it just wants to go. So,
This is a funny comment. Newbie in options made $50 first trade, and I paid $100 copay for the heart doctor the next day. How do you guys survive? See, but I always tell people, like, when it comes to trading and the money part of trading, how fast did you make that $50? How much effort? You clicked a few buttons, and then you can go about your day, right? So when you start trading, I think the mentality should be is, I want this to be a part-time gig to provide some income if it can. You shouldn't think about it as this is going to cover every expense that I have. That's not the right way to start. At least I don't think it is, right? There's many ways to start. But I think you got to start with a mentality as, I'm going to keep my regular job. It's going to cover all the bills that I have, my regular expenses. And then let trading be a side gig, right? And if that side gig becomes something bigger, then great. But some people are making 50,000 a year and just have it as a side gig, and they're comfortable with that. They still have to have their 9 to 5, their health benefits, a lot that goes into it. But they're making 50 grand a year. They can't live off 50 grand. Not here in the Northeast, definitely not, or California or anywhere else, any major cities. But it's a good side income, right? So keep that mentality a little bit different. And then if it grows into a big business where you can say, hey, I don't need to work no more, great. But there's a lot of people making good side money that are doing trading, right? So keep that in mind.
yeah, I like that philosophy as well. You don't want to put too much pressure on trading up front, have it as a side gig when you begin, especially, and
Yeah.
then let it evolve. Let it, yeah, grow into it. Very, very important. I think pretty much all of us have done that. What else is going on here?
Yeah. So again,
Amazon.
Google's just stuck.
Yeah. But Apple again, now it's here at the low of day, the bottom of the first 5 minute candle. This is where I think something may happen. You could have a good breakdown here. Again, if people don't like iPhones anymore, you want to sell the stock, there you go.
iPhones. It's so funny. I called Verizon. My bill's like 170 a month. And I'm like, this just seems like a lot. So I called them up, and for me and my wife. And then phones are paid, so it's not like I'm paying for the phone. It just seems too high. So I called Verizon and told them, listen, this just seems too high. Can you just check what's in here? And they found that we could give you right away. She went right to it. I could give you $25 off just for being with us for 4 years, whatever. I'm like, oh, great. Why didn't you just do that automatically? Why do I have to call you? You should have done that, just right away. So, if you have a bill that's high, call your provider, see if you could lower it. But yeah, she explained to me, I got Apple Music, I got this, I got that, all these other things I added on there, all these services. But people are not buying iPhones. They did not offer me a new iPhone, Avi. They didn't say, hey, we can get you and your wife a new iPhone. They're not giving iPhones for free anymore like they used to. And I think that's got to do something with,
Yeah,
with the sales.
very interesting. There was a time when iPhone was what you wanted, and everyone wanted that. But well, hell, I only owned one iPhone in the last since 2007, since it released, and I had never gone back to it. I'm with Samsung. I'm quite happy. But yeah,
Yeah,
there's competition in the market,
it
and
sure is.
again, creates volatility for us day traders. Stuff like that makes Apple move, makes Google move, all kinds of stuff. So
Question
we're
in chat,
seeing
Avi,
some.
for you. Can you explain what
Yeah.
you look for in the 5 minute charts at your level? So what are you looking for in a 5 minute chart
Yeah.
that makes you take the trade?
Let's look at some of these live examples. So On my screen here, you can see 116.50. I've got a level there. And what AMD did, interestingly enough, came down, broke out of the level, went back up, retested the level, right? You can see the red candle there rejecting it. And then the next red candle, very bearish, rejected the level there and closing a bearish candle. So that to me is a setup. That's a breakout and the retest complete. And then when it makes a new 5-minute low, that's where I'll take the short, the stop loss above it, and just trailing the 5-minute action down. So this is a very clear, simple example of a retest of a breakout. And it's one of those trades that I like to take quite often. For me, it's a very high conviction trade. I have a high win rate on this. So there you go. There's one, just basically, yeah, retest. Much easier than trading the breakout, because breakouts often end up in false breakouts. And, I used to stop out a lot just doing that. So I do this now. So there you go. There's one super simple one. Most of the time, they just look like ABCD patterns. There's not much to it. And you can have a lot of fun with it. So hope that helps.
Yeah, we're looking at NVIDIA. So someone, Angela asked in chat, is it turning around? We'll see. We'll see. It's been trying to. It's tried a couple of times. It's seen a couple of pullbacks. Hasn't had much success. But we're getting into that 11:30 time frame where reversals tend to happen back to the VWAP. This could be it. This could be it. But again, you got to give yourself room if you plan on taking this trade, because we have seen that reversals have not been easy this morning. So, but look at this daily, has sold off quite a bit already. So we're getting to some areas of support around that 130. It's really down at 129. We're nowhere near that there, but it might not get there given how much it has sold off already this morning. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
but you do have a
very
good setup. If you believe that, right, Avi? I mean, you have a good setup here. I always like to wait for more confirmation, though, and that's usually my problem with these reversals, right? You wait for too long and you miss it.
And that's the thing, waiting for confirmation. So you miss that super tight entry that you'd like to get. You're waiting for it to move in your favor a little bit, and then you enter. But there is a limit to it, and how long can you wait without ending up in a chasing position, like you're chasing the stock? So it's important to have your setup well-defined, and then the confirmation of your setup well-defined too. For me, like the confirmations are nothing more than a new 5-minute high or low. That confirms that the market is ready to move in my direction. That's when I'll put on some risk. So, but it's worth it. It's like buying insurance on your asset, right? You're just paying a little bit, but you're getting some insurance. You're getting a higher win rate by doing it. I can tell you my win rate went up tremendously when I started adding confirmation to the setup. Really, it's far more profitable doing it this way than trying to get in every tight setup and taking a lot of stop outs and all of that stuff. So something to think about. Really, very important point, I think.
Yep, fully agree with you, man. All right, let's see what other questions we have here in chat. We got a few coming in. Do we look at the 9 EMA or the VWAP? I think that was for you, Avi, as you're for the 5-minute. Are you looking at the 9 and the VWAP?
No, I don't look at any moving parts other than candlesticks. Less moving parts, the easier it is, right? You don't want to hit a moving target. So for me, that's it. I just took off all moving averages, even the level 2, even the volume bars are gone now. So yeah, this is how I trade now. Just simple 5-minute candlesticks off of levels, looking for very precise patterns. Yeah, that's it. That's my style. But again, that's just for me. A lot of people trust moving averages, and so you can use it. I'm sure like Carlos uses it. A lot of people do. But again, you got to have it well defined. How are you going to use it? What is it good for? Do you like to take those 920 trades or bounces off of VWAP or stuff like that? And all of that stuff's valid. So you got to figure out what makes sense to you. Personally, I just removed them off the chart not long ago, a few months ago.
Yeah. Like Brian today, Brian used the 9, I think it was, to determine that, hey, NVIDIA is going to probably end its run here. It was right around 10:15. He says, we're hitting the 9 moving average. And he was right. I mean, if you look at NVIDIA around 10:15, it hits that 9 moving average and reverses. And him and Andrew were both long from 133.20, I want to say. And they both took partials at that area. Andrew stayed a little bit longer, but they both knew, hey, this is an area where it can actually turn. So going back to your point, it depends how you're using it. I use the VWAP a ton for the 5-minute ORB. I mean, that is where I'm setting usually how I'm gauging my stop loss, my risk to reward. So the VWAP for me at the market open is critical, those first couple of minutes. The 9 to 20, not so much until things start trending. Once they start trending, then I'll use them as somewhat of a support and resistance, or kind of a way to see when the trend is is changing directions, right? Once he loses that 9, it hits that 20, then okay, the trend might be over here. But like you said, Avi, there's ways to do that by looking at the charts and looking at the price pattern, right? The candlestick. So there's so many different ways. There's no one single way or right way to do it. You just got to find out what works for you. And again, I always tell traders, we do this onboarding class, guys, by the way, every Monday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So join me. We're going to do it this Monday again. I know it's a holiday, but we're still going to do the class. So join us there. And we talk about this, man. We always tell people the hardest thing about trading is finding what works for you.
Yeah.
That that's one of the hardest things to find. Once you do that, things become much easier. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to find what works for you. And really, everyone's got a different temperament. Everyone's got a different appetite for risk to reward. Everyone's got different levels of patience. So you got to really identify your personality traits and build a trading style that reflects your personality. Then it becomes more instinctual. It's just, one step you can take to make it much easier than otherwise it could be. You don't want to just go copy everyone else is doing whatever they're doing. So really try and become self-aware and identify who you are and how you tend to react or interact with the market, and then start working from there. That's mostly what I do with the mentorship stuff. Like, always helping people. It's not so much strategy. It's about self-discovery, and then the strategy reveals itself. And that's been my journey as well. And I can tell you, I chopped and changed strategies nonstop for years until, well, now it's been more stable in the last couple of years. So yeah, very, very, very critical stuff.
I'm just going through the banks here because I know they're going to be doing earnings tomorrow, and they're just all slightly up. A lot of them had a good day yesterday. Like if you look at Citigroup had a great day yesterday. West Fargo, okay. Bank of America, BOA.
BOA. All right, let's look at BOA.
Wait, what's Bank of America? Ain't it BOA?
I would have thought so. Man,
I'm sure we traded BOA. Am I bugging here? It's not coming up for me.
What was the other one? JPM would be one, right? That's another bank. So there we go. Okay, so we got a chart up.
Did they change their ticker?
Back. Oh, it's BAC.
Oh, it's BAC. Yeah. Okay. I'm some BAC. There we go. Thank you guys over in chat. BAC. Why not go BOA? This would have been perfect. And that ticker's not taken. That doesn't make any sense. That's a lost opportunity. BAC here didn't move much yesterday. You mentioned JP Morgan. JP Morgan did have a great day yesterday. Decent day today so far as the daily goes. Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. I think all these report before the market open. So can't wait, man. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, this will be exciting. Lots of movements. That's the thing. You want to make money in day trading from the move, not from the size. And I've heard Carlos say this so many times in the pre-market show over the years. And that's one of those things you say all the time that's stuck with me. So you want to make money on the move, not on the size. So you anticipate which tickers are likely to move, especially if you're trading the open momentum stuff. That's why you look for catalysts. You have all these, earnings on banks and such things. And again, when you're working on making money on the move, also it can move against you. So that's where risk management, stop losses, respecting the stops, all that stuff comes in. It's easy to talk about, but I can tell you, I struggled with that for years. I would hold past my stop and all that. It's not something you want to do, so get into it and know where your stop is. Stop if you need to. Otherwise, you're in the move, right? And it's going to move because it's got a catalyst. It's going to go one way or another. So, think of things that way. And trading these banks this week and all will be fun. All of you guys who like the momentum, it's going to be fun.
Yeah. And I remember now the interesting part would be too is that, you got these banks doing earnings, and then right there, you're going to have the inflation data. So you're going to see how that all meshes in together and how the market kind of reacts to all of that. Question in chat: what do we think about the SPY? Avi, I'll let you go first.
SPY. What is SPY? I haven't looked at that in years. Seriously, I'm totally out of the loop.
Do you use it to determine, like, for example, like, do you use it if you want to go short on something, but the SPY is ripping the other way, but you have your short conviction on the stock? Will you go short on it, or you just kind of decide to look for something else?
Yeah, I don't even look at the SPY. I literally forgot that
Okay.
it's the S&P 500. It's I really, I get everything I need to know from 5-minute candlesticks at levels. That's it. There's nothing else on my screen for the good reason that it can confuse me. It can conflict. Even having the level 2 and even volume bars, I've removed them and I'm getting better trades. But again, it's not because volume bars are useless. It's because of the way I perceive them and use them. So just like that, the SPY is something that you mentioned it now. It's the first time I've heard of it in like a month, I think. So I don't even know. So
That's your
where is it now?
answer,
Went
but
up.
but yeah, it's SPY in your Dash Trader Pro platform. SPY.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Got it up now. So yeah, I don't know. What's the SPY doing? It's had a bearish day after a bullish day yesterday, sitting at yesterday's high. So they're looking at candlesticks. I don't know, yesterday's high could become support,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
let's see. It's there now. Yeah.
and
Mhm.
I know the candle looks red because it opened with a gap up. If you look at the previous day close, we're pretty much flat, right? You might get the sense, oh, it's a red day, but it's right there. We opened up, we gapped up a little bit. We're right at the previous day close. So as far as movement, I call this somewhat of a flat day more than actual red. I know we sold off, but it's not a whole lot of movement, right? Right now, at least, it's
Yeah.
pretty much quiet. So
Yep. So far today, it just went back to where it ended yesterday. So whatever happened overnight has been undone. And now we're just sitting there. That's it. And everything's had a weak day, at least everything on the Mag 7 outside of Apple and maybe Google. Um, so let's see. For now, we still have plenty of downside. There's no indication anywhere on my screens of buyers coming into this market and going back to the open today. It's at the moment that's very unrealistic. So, but let's see. Never know.
yeah, so I tend to wanna if I'm going long or short on something, I tend to look at the SPY. I got it in the corner, the SPY or the Qs, and I don't know, maybe it's a sense of comfort, right? If I want to go long on Tesla, if the SPY is moving higher too, then it just gives me, I guess, a little more confidence to take the trade. So I do look at it. If the SPY is moving sideways like it is now, then it doesn't really affect my decision as much. But if I see something significant, especially on some stocks, right, like Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, man, they can get so they can heavily move with the market. So I tend to do that. Now, have there been times where the SPY is doing one thing and the stock I have is I'm completely convinced, no, this is the way we're going. Yeah, and that stock is usually doing its own individual thing. So it depends. It depends on it. But I do peek at it and say, hey, let me not try to go against the masses, right? I wanna join the party, not be at the wrong party. So that's usually what I'm trying to do. I want to join the right party.
That's great. You have a really good way of using it. It either confirms what you're already looking at or it's irrelevant. So you have that well defined. And I think that's a good thing. If you can use your
Yeah,
indicators in a way that you have it well defined, you know exactly what it is telling you and what it's not telling you, then fine. Absolutely. I'm all for using indicators.
yeah.
But yeah, I didn't have that with the SPY. I did used to look at it and then I was like, you know what? It's conflicting me more than anything else. So forget
Yeah.
about it. But yeah, it was a good way to use it.
Yeah, I think once you have that good defined trade book, right? For example, my trade book is so well defined now. Again, I've been trading guys 7, 8 years, so that trade book has gone through hell and back. It's very well defined now, um, and I look at it as like, hey, there's a few things I want to see, and I'm not gonna always get everything I want to see on my trade book, right? Sometimes you're gonna get five, 5 out of 7 or 4 out of 6, whatever. That's still a good solid trade, right? You're not always gonna check everything off, but there's some things that you have to see that, hey, if this is not in here, then we're not taking the trade, right? So there's some flexibility in there.
Yeah, having it well defined, absolutely. And then, you can put risk on it confidently rather than if you don't have it well defined, you put risk on, then you're going to freak out on trade management. Like, oh, I'm going to take it off the moment it goes in my favor or against myself. And then, now you're not trading. So again, it's well-defined trade book. Always important. Love it.
Look at American
Uh,
Airlines, man. American Airlines has been such a mover since August. I was in this in August. You guys remember I mentioned I was buying in, buying in. It's just long term stuff, right? I was in here in August and it went down to 9, bought in, but then I sold like at 12. I'm like, okay, this is it. It's like this is a good move. I sold everything. This thing is at $18. Every time I look at it, it's just laughing at me, Abby. It's like you idiot. And I had a good sized position too, because it was a long term one. So I just kept buying in, averaging, not average, adding on, because I knew like this is gonna come up. It's not gonna stay at 9. So way too early, way too early.
Um,
Ouch.
what are you gonna do? That's the thing about it. It happens. It happens to everybody, right? You always get out too early, whether it's day trading, swing trading, longer term. I do the same thing 1,000 times, and then same feeling.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That was a great entry, though, man. Getting in that early at when was it?
Yeah.
August.
Well, I got in even before that. I got in like even in June, July. But when August hit, I just kept buying more because I'm like, we're not anything under $10 on this stock. We're getting in, right? And man, wow.
Brilliant.
Awesome
Brilliant.
stuff.
At the same time, guys, right now we've been talking a bit about Apple. I've been telling you for the last 30 minutes or so. Here comes that breakdown happening off low of day. I was anticipating this a little earlier, but if you guys are in it, that's one that's
There it
happening.
is.
Yeah. When it got in there, there it is. Now it is. The momentum's in. Boom. There you go. There's one. I'm not touching it. I'm still enjoying AMD. And oh man. Seriously, if AMD just keeps going, I'll be done for the quarter. Just call it that.
That
I'll
is
see you in
awesome,
March or
man.
April.
Yeah, no,
Interesting.
absolutely, man. Absolutely. We'll see you in the TEDx event, which, by the way, guys, if you haven't signed up, I got to buy my ticket today. It's actually pretty cheap right now because it's really early. So I want to buy it today, get it booked, and be done. But if you haven't done so, buy your tickets, book your flights. The earlier the better because you get the good deals. But yeah, I'm surprised from here. It was like $400, one way. I'm not one way. I'm saying round trip, direct, no stop. So that's awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So
You
I was checking it last night. I don't want to know how much you're paying, Abby.
Shit. I gotta take another 500 contract position to afford those damn flights.
There you go.
Well,
Well, this
but
AMD is
the
gonna help
nice
you now.
thing, yes, AMD, this will pay for it. And probably, if this really goes, it's forget about the flight. It's a private jet at that point. But let's see. I mean, this thing is really ripping. This is really ripping. I like the look of it. There's new sellers in right now. That's nice. You
That
get to go direct, man. Last time I came, I went to Dubai to LA, which was like 16 hours, and then 5 hours in LA, and then catch a flight to Vancouver. By the time I got there, I didn't know where I was. I'm like, what the hell? And then on the way back, it was the same thing going
tough.
through Seattle, and I don't like doing that, but let's see. I'll find a way. Make a stop somewhere, go a few days early, stop in New York, be a tourist, do something silly, and then go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bax Tester 369. That's mean. He says fly American. Are you trying to make me feel worse? Fly American. So Angela says it could turn around here. Yeah, it could, Angela. I mean, I know you're looking for a reversal, right? Are you actively looking for a reversal right now? It's just everything seems so weak, right? So yeah, let's see. It could. It's about to hit a level. What's this level here that we're getting to? This is the low
AMD.
from yesterday, AMD. Yes, the low.
Yes,
Oh, the
yesterday.
low from the last 2 trading days, actually. So
That's a good level. Yes, let's put that
it's a lot-
on.
it's
That's
a
where the
lot of
buyers
support.
have been.
Mhm.
Yes, buyers have been there last 2 days, so that's a good one. Yep, if you're targeting a reversal, that's where you can target from. But again, let the stock confirm to you that the buyers have showed up, with their leather jackets and everything ready to buy. Then you go.
Yes. Buyers with their leather jackets ready to get in there and move this in the opposite direction. This is going to be interesting here, though, coming up at, what is this, exactly 114.42. So let's see what this stock does. It blows through this. Man, 114, here we come. I mean, it's just highway to hell. I wonder if Peter's short on this stock because he loves trading stuff short. I hope he is.
Yeah.
And I hope he's able to get a few leather jackets as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get these BBT patches on these jackets, just like motorcycles do or bikers do.
We
Let's do
should
some
do
of that.
every event. Speaking of every BBT event, we should have these patches that we put on our leather jackets. Every time we go to one, we should have like the year and the location. We just could put it on our jackets. Which, by the way, guys, here's the TEDx event. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So we'd love to see you guys there. Abby, we'd love to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, so this will be good to to kind of get caught up on things. I'm gonna try to lose some weight before I get here, man. 73 days. I could probably lose 10 pounds. Okay, I think there you go. I
Whistler,
think
so
I
yeah, get fit. Get fit.
yeah, like I'll probably lose 10 pounds. It'll be okay to go snowboarding. So
You'll be fine. Nice thing about snowboarding, it's all about gravity. You know, if you're too heavy, you just kind of roll down the mountain.
just roll down the mountain. In fact, the more speed you can get. So Peter, wow, look at Peter. Peter's been short since 9:41. Wow, very nice, my friend. So that is the
Oof.
9:41. I'm taking a look here. So you never really got your entry tested. You got in 9:41. It just went straight down. Got a nice little cushion there. Went sideways for about an hour and going lower. That's awesome, man. Take a screenshot of that so we can look at it tomorrow in the pre-market if you can. That'd be nice.
Nice, yeah, nice short and good hold. You know, holding for the moves. Good things take time, and you want a big move, it takes time. You gotta be patient, and Peter's right into it.
Yeah. Wow, entry
Awesome.
117.80. Epic.
Yes. I'm seeing some
Very, very
opportunities
good.
showing up. Yeah. Ooh, a few things happening now. Amazon as well. It got to the level I had in mind. Retested, printing bearish candles, new 5-minute low. I mean, this thing was an entry a few minutes ago. Tesla is very similar. Similar setup. It's the same setup I'm in on AMD, so no point taking two of the same at the moment. And for those of you who did catch Apple earlier, like we were talking about, man, you're having fun right now.
Yeah,
Risco.
we're seeing a big downturn, man, in a lot of things here. Tesla also trying to get to the low of the day, trying to go red for the first time today. Just hanging out right at that previous day close line. They're just right above it. So yeah, we were seeing a little bit of some weakness here. Apple, nice drop as you mentioned, and again, just a lot of things heading south here right now. So yeah, Angela, I'm thinking of Angela. Angela, careful on reversals. We see a lot of weakness right now. Again, just plan it out right. We can't tell you what to do or what to do, but just be careful out there. It seems very weak right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
very, very weak. Wait for the buyers to come before you want to go long, as in really let them show themselves. Wait for confirmations. And here's another one. If you'll
what
like
you got?
breakouts, I have Google at this 190.22 level, just breaking out now. So that's also in
Mm.
play. Microsoft, the same thing. Man, everything on my screen is just ripping.
Is there
Sure.
any news, or are we just getting like the overall markets just decided, hey, you know what, we don't feel like this data today was good. Let's roll over. I mean, just out
Yeah,
of
it's just
nowhere.
there's I don't know. People don't like equities anymore. It's too risky. I don't know. It's just as long as it's selling, it's selling. But yeah, it could be anything, right? We got news coming, or we got earnings this week, but we had news, right?
Yeah.
Very interesting. This is just the last 5 minutes. A lot of more bearish activity. But who knows? This could just be temporary. Go down, pick up liquidity, and then buyers come in. It could, happen at any point. So gotta keep an eye on it. Raman, you
Um,
got the Apple short. Nice. Good for you, man. That was a good setup, as in it took like 30 minutes to set up, and I was just watching it all the way through. But good setup.
Janik is asking, have we traded at the Indian markets or tested our strategies in the India market? I never traded that market, but I mean, it's just volume, right? I think what I hear from other people that have this, the lack of volume in other markets that you get here in the U.S. markets, like the Nasdaq and the New York Stock Exchange. So it depends on your strategy. Like our strategies, they need volume. We need them to move, obviously. So if you don't get that volume, that could be an issue with these strategies. So we're not sure if they will work as well. I think they will, because a lot of these strategies, Avi, it's all trader psychology, right? Like if you look at it, the way things move, it's all the trading psychology and obviously news and data. But for the most part, I think they will work to a certain extent. You might not just get the big move that you would get probably here in the U.S. Have you traded any of these other outside the U.S. markets, Avi?
No, but outside of crypto and here, no, I haven't traded anything. So yeah,
Okay.
volume is a big piece of it. It's one of the big reasons I look at the Mag 7 exclusively, because that's where the options volume is. So that's why my
Mm-hmm.
watch list is what it is. But yeah, the Indian market is interesting. I know there's lots of restrictions there though about being able to trade, having a brokerage account. I don't know, all kinds of stuff. Somebody asked Paras this yesterday. He had a bit more insight on it than I do. But
Yeah,
again, as far as price action is concerned, yeah, it's psychology. So that should work regardless because you're dealing with greed and fear and people expressing their views on stocks. And so that is universal. The rest of it
right,
is a little
right.
more technical, whether you can get permissions to trade the Indian market or something like that. That's something else, yeah.
Yep.
So what do we have?
Rigetti
Janak,
is
you
doing
looking at
his thing.
what is doing? Wait,
RGTI. Rigetti RGTI is reversing here above the VWAP. I find this stock so funny. But it's reversing here above the VWAP, so that's looking to get going. It's got some good volume coming in. 4 million in that last 5-minute candle, man. That's wild. So
fun. Big moves.
yeah,
Big moves. Neat. Here's one, guys. Another one. It's the third one or fourth one I'm seeing today. Again, Amazon at the level here came down, breakout, retest the level. And again, level means area, not precise level. So what I'm
hmm
seeing here is that this big red candle, this is where it's telling us, okay, it wants to reject this area, basically previous low. But doing that consolidation, reverse ABCD, after that candle, the new 5-minute low, so probably the bottom of this candle or the next one would have been an entry for me on this strategy. Again, the same one I've taken on AMD, and I've been holding this for, I don't know, an hour or something already. So there you go. I mean, it's just continuation patterns. And again, we're talking about strategy. This is a very simple one. Reverse ABCD, we talk about this one all the time, especially for newer traders joining, coming into the BBT room and doing webinars and understanding strategies. Easy ones to get in on, ABCD, and it's happening today like 4 or 5 times. Yeah, it's quite amazing, really. Simple and slow and easy to manage risk. You know when to get out and when to stay in. So now
I'm
AMD
horrible
gets
at identifying reverse ABCD patterns, man. I can't see them as fast as I would like, right? So this is one of those things where my mind just can't capture the reverse ABCD pattern as quickly. But you got a nice one here. You really do.
yeah. Wow. AMD put in 1 or 2, Nvidia put in 1, Tesla put in 1. Meta's kind of having one now, not so clean. Amazon, Microsoft, not so clean, but there's enough out there. There's so much
Yeah,
out there
look at
actually.
going back to Apple, another low, man. This thing is went from being completely quiet because a lot of stuff started. Like if you look at AMD, you started selling off almost at the market open, basically. This one here went sideways for a little bit, but has caught up to the group here by dropping quite a bit into the red and then some. So it's not doesn't want to be left out. I'll tell you that much. It's in the party here.
Yeah, definitely good. Very neat. Again, reverse ABCD to set up the breakout. Also, you can see how it consolidates before breaking out. These are all good indications of an imminent breakout. And
Yeah,
again, Apple,
yeah.
we could anticipate it 30 minutes before it happened. So that was fun. So we got a question here. Double bottom on NVIDIA. Let's have a look. Haven't paid attention. Yeah, it's got that feel to it, shape to it. But again, for the way I like double bottoms is, of course, at a level. And so far, this is shaping up nicely. One bottom, next one's higher so far. But it has to print one genuinely bullish 5-minute candle where it's a decently large, but it's fully bullish, as in does not have a wick on the top side. It closes at its high. Then the new high is probably where I would enter. That's the kind of setup I look for. So this for now, this could still end up being a reverse ABCD pattern because you can see this candle forming right now and the previous 5-minute one. There are wicks on the top side. It's not that the bulls are truly just taking over at the moment. Anyways, let it close and see what happens. But those are things I look for.
Yeah, and look at the volume tapering off too on the 5-minute as we're just kind of leveling off here. Let's see if we get a nice little spike here to kind of turn things around a little bit. At least on NVIDIA, I'm seeing that right now.
Yep. I'm seeing a pullback as well on my AMD position, but I'm still very nicely in the green. I'm just trailing a 30-minute candlestick chart today, trying to get turn these into bigger moves. I did that yesterday, and really, Meta was just such a ripper. Just let it sit all night. I didn't even look at it,
Yeah,
and then it just
yeah.
closed at the closing. It was fun. So I like that. Once you got a trending market, that works.
Yeah, market's looking good right now. Friends over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. We're at 454 likes, so that's pretty good. We did pretty nice today, so hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. We'll see. We're trying to get a laptop giveaway, but we didn't get the 600 likes we needed for tomorrow, so we'll see if Andrew still does it for you guys. Let's see. Will they break the ranges this time today? Go ahead, Abby.
I was just talking about the laptop.
Oh.
You talking about a range question?
Yeah, we'll break the range. Which ticker? Always throw the ticker in there so we can see which one you're talking about, since it's a lot of messages.
RGTI.
Man, it's going. It's going. Let's see, above the VWAP. This would be a trade that I would take. I like these trades when they confirm the view up like that and they get above it with volume. Yeah, I just, on this stock itself, I'm not a fan of this stock. I like watching it. I have a lot of fun watching it, but I think the price actually could be a little bit weary at times. These stocks under $10 are, I haven't had really great experience with them, so I just kind of don't trade them as much. I like things that are a little bit pricier, but this setup here on the 1 minute looks nice. And I'll be talking about this with my with the P Capital Bootcamp team today. So
yeah. Oh man, this is fun. All right. So here's another one, guys. If you all were asking about strategy and setup and such things, if you look at Tesla, you could see it's a double bottom already, but this is where I think people make mistakes. The second bottom is lower than the first. So this is not the bulls taking over. Not at all. Just on that, to me, it's invalid. I wouldn't see this as a double bottom. Now I just see this as chop.
Right,
so,
right.
You know, have some precision in your setups and strategies and such things. Very, very, very critical. And here we go again. We were talking about Amazon a little earlier. Retest, breakout, reverse ABCD, all that. I mean, this thing is just another ripper. Off you go.
Yeah, another low there on Amazon. And guys, you can see, like, we have, if you go to our education center, we have it in our bearwithtraders.com. We have all these strategies laid out, like, in a lot of details. So if you guys want to check that out, you could definitely join, you know, check out what's available to you. And you have your strategies there. We have like 19 of them, which are pretty straightforward. This reminds me a little bit of the mountain pass, right, that Peter trades, that reversal, where he has very specific criteria. Like this right here will also invalidate this, right, because the first peak, the second peak is well, in this case, the second bottom is lower than the what you mentioned, right? So that right there takes it out of the running. But he has very specific like criteria for this mountain pass reversal, which again, it makes it easy to stick to something and follow it, opposed to just kind of winging it, which winging it doesn't really work. Not in this business.
Absolutely. You'll get lucky and then you blow it all up. That's what happens when you wing it.
Oh yeah.
I've done that.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We got a question on Microsoft. What do you think about Microsoft? I think Microsoft, it's at this level, about 415. It could be retesting the level to push down again, but this is not clean. Right now, look, again, candles overlapping each other and such things. It's not nice. Not nice at all.
Also the volume, right? Look at the volume. Like this is a great example of a stock that, you know, it's moving with the market, but the volume is brutal. So I find that difficult to trade. At least me personally, looking like at a Tesla or even an Nvidia or an AMD, where the volume is just so much fluid right now. Just looks a little bit better. So I don't know. It's just me. Microsoft can be tough at times. But
yeah. There's easier ways to make money than looking at
I'm looking at Microsoft compared to AMD, and man, AMD is just so much cleaner. Like AMD, and they're probably both going to do the exact same thing today, right? They're moving together. Like if you look at both 5-minute charts, they're not moving independently at the moment. So just find one that is moving the way, you know, you think the direction is going to be. especially with this Magnificent 7, and take one that probably has more, more volume. That looks a little bit better.
We have your indicators. Yeah, if you have two that are competing, volume's a really good one. One has more volume than the other, you can go with that. It's a simple indicator to use in that sense. Really good.
So, Kama, your RGTI CEO is talking live. I want to see what the CEO of this company is looking like. Where's he talking live? I would love to see what's
Does
up.
he have a leather jacket?
Yeah, that's the. If he doesn't have a leather jacket, we're about to short his stock.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, he's got to have a leather jacket on, or else, he's in trouble.
Oh man. Now you know. If you want your stock to go up, leather jacket. That's the 2025 thing. Oh, man. Seriously, I should have shorted like 6 out of 8 things on my screen. I'm just in one, but it's okay. Can't overdo it. So much opportunity. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and this is as Apple's trying to make a new low again. The weakness continue, guys. Careful on the reversals. I mean, some of these stocks are just, they want to go lower. They really want to go lower. So
Google breakout as well. We have Meta, one of my favorites, doing that rejection and go. Man, Amazon was really neat. Again, I keep bringing it up because it was an excellent setup. It worked precisely, worked easily, and risk management is an easy thing on this, and it behaves nicely. When it misbehaves, that's when risk management gets tough. So you want something that behaves well, right? Don't want too many wicks on both sides and stuff like that. Keep it clean, keep it easy, make it easy.
Keep it nice and easy. How about you guys on YouTube? I know a lot of people are waiting for reversals, which is great. I think this is the time to actually be searching for reversals. Just be patient. But is anybody else short? I know a few of you guys, I know Peter was short. I know Avi, you're short. Anybody short, and what stock are you short? We'd love to see who's in and in what, if you're in a short direction right now and taking advantage of this. Again, just constant move down, constant new low, like on Amazon. Microsoft is trying. Apple's, barely hanging on here as well. Everything just seems down this morning. So let's see here what people got. 2 more minutes for reversal. So Shara's saying that at 12, you're saying at 12 reversal start to kick in.
Really?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, maybe. We're gonna be hopping off in a minute or two here. So maybe people say, you know what, we're done for the day. Let's close our position. Things start changing. Who knows?
We're swaying the market.
We're gonna stay till 12:05. Abby, you okay? 12:05. Let's see if the reversal happens.
I'm good.
At 12. Let's do it. 12:05.
I'll stay here with
Eastern
you.
Time. Yeah.
I got people in the chat room expecting.
Shara, you're on the clock here. You said 2 minutes reversals. This is it right here. 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see the reversals happen. Victor, short Amazon, Apple, and Nvidia. Very nice. And AMD. Man, you shorted everything. Perfect.
The whole thing. Brilliant. Brilliant. Apple. Man. It's nice. It's nice when it sets up and it goes.
Yeah. You know what's going to happen to Sharat today? The market's going to prove him wrong, because the market loves to prove people wrong. It's just what it does. So the fact that he said every day probably this week would have been a reversal at 12, but the fact that he said it out loud, now the market's going to drop like 10 points. Yeah, so that's, the market loves to do that, man. Make you look bad. It's just what it does.
Do not tempt the market gods. Yes, they got big egos. These market gods, they want to hurt you.
Oh man, they will hurt you. They will hurt your feelings. Like my son says when I correct him, he's like, "Daddy, you're hurting my heart." I'm like, "Oh my God." He says that, "You're hurting my heart." That's the word he uses. I'm like, "Why do you say that?" Hurting my heart. I'm like, man, it's so deep.
Wow, it is deep, man.
That is deep. I'm like, oh man, it makes me feel so bad. But I gotta correct them. It is, that's what parents do. Pierre over in chat, good to see you, man. So Pierre is over in our chat there. Hopefully you did well today.
Yeah. Damon, you're still holding the AMD short? Good. I'm still holding it as well. No partials. It's just a full size for a full move. And letting that winner run. Nice. See, let's see
MSTR.
what happened.
I had Bitcoin on my list, MSTR, but it didn't do much compared to everything else.
So, Carlos, I've got an hour on the mic in the BBT chat room starting a minute ago. So,
Oh,
I better
you
hop
got 12. Yes, you got to hop over there. All right, so I see Thor is off. So yeah, we'll wrap it up here. We gave Shara a chance to do something here, but market's still looking weak, man. We'll see where they go. We'll keep monitoring them, but yeah, it doesn't look like at the moment they want to reverse. So friends over on YouTube, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Avi, awesome being on with you and covering for Paris. We'll be on again tomorrow. So tomorrow, big day. We have banks. We have earnings for the banks. We have more inflation data. Man, can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Avi, take care, brother. We'll see you.
Awesome. Thanks, Carlos. See you later. See you guys.